Mark from Boston.
Yes,
hey,
Mac.
How's it going?
Hey, Mark.
Glad to hear you guys back on BCN.
Yeah,
Thank you, sir.
It's a new BCN up there in Boston. I want to say it every freaking time. They're so aggressive and really, really into the Opie and Anthony show, and we greatly appreciate that up there.
And I do have you guys on XM, but my job is a limo driver. Unfortunately, these cars don't have it in the morning, so now I have some fun radio in the morning.
That's it.
All right.
Thank you, doll.
I want to say what's up to Jimmy. I saw your show.
Oh, thank you.
And do you guys hear about the guy in Providence who won a lawsuit from some implant company?
Yeah,
The implant gave him a 10-year erection.
Wait.
Yes, we did hear about the implant story. Yes, sir.
Did you see his...
Hold on, Mark. Hold on.
Hold on. Here's the the quandary we're in.
Yeah, this is the quandary we're in. One of the greatest stories ever was printed over the weekend. I got it in front of me, and we don't even know how to handle it on this side of the Opie and Anthony show.
Yeah.
We'll get to it.
Hold on, Mark, because I think you're going to blow up our spot. But we did see the story. We'll talk to you soon, all right?
All right.
How about we get to it at 9 o'clock?
That's what I'm thinking. This might be an XM story today.
Absolutely. We can't cover it properly here.
Because, well, you want to try?
I'll just give the basic story, and then we'll have to give the details.
Well, let me read.
Details.
Let me read.
All right.
I'm a good reader at times.
Good luck.
$400,000 for 10 years of painfully hard time.
Mm-hmm.
We're allowed to say that?
That's the title.
So far, so good?
Sure.
All right. Providence, Rhode Island. A former handyman has won more than $400,000 in a lawsuit over a... Am I allowed to say this?
Let's say
over a penile implant that gave him a 10-year you-know-what.
Yeah.
How's that, Anthony? How is that?
Hot.
Yeah.
You got to think a little bit on this show.
Yeah.
Okay? So for 10 years, he had a you-know-what.
Yeah.
Charles Chick is his middle name or his nickname. What's wrong?
We're never going to be able to get through this. This is going to be a rough one.
Yeah, I'm just thinking because it was prefaced by what the guy said on the phone that there might be an issue now.
Really?
Yeah.
Are they dumping out?
See,
Where's D-Rock?
Is
he working today?
If we hadn't
Who's
taken
working
that
today,
call, see, we can never depend on the listeners for these stories.
Well, that's why I stopped him.
Huh?
Okay. Nothing dumped so far.
All
right. Charles Chick is his nickname or middle name, Lennon. 68, received the steel and plastic implant in 96.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, that was before all the lovely pills were invented.
Yeah.
So you had to go down this road.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right?
I'm thinking this thing kind of works like, you know those cop steel batons?
Yeah.
You ever see they pull it out and go like...
Yeah.
And it gets longer and kind of locks in position?
Yeah.
These rings are separated by springs. And I think what you do is you're able to pull the implant, and it kind of like clicks into position where it's fully opened.
No, this works like a cop baton, but the problem is the guy will go, "It's officer, not buddy," and it just springs to life itself.
You could jimmy a door with it. But his problem was it could open up. But then it locked in that position.
For 10 years.
So he couldn't then get what would amount to a cop steel baton back into the extended position where you could then put it in, you know.
That's right.
Its holster or whatever they hold it in. So now you're stuck with this, what amounts to an extended baton that you now have to walk around with.
Right.
And it's very obvious that the baton has been extended. Just try to walk around with an extended cop baton in your pocket.
We got it. It malfunctioned.
Yeah.
All right. The greatest paragraph ever in a newspaper is about to be read.
Right here.
He said he could... This is why he got $400,000. He said he could no longer hug people.
No one wanted to hug him. Jeez.
He can no longer ride a bike, swim, or wear bathing trunks because of the pain and embarrassment.
Why couldn't you ride a bike?
Wait, what is the next line? There's another line in there which really makes me laugh.
He has become a recluse.
Yeah.
And is uncomfortable being around his grandchildren.
It's uncomfortable.
His lawyer said. Because, you know, they always ask the question.
They got to explain it. Kids are always asking questions.
Look, he's Grandpa Creepy.
Look.
Grandpa Creepy.
We're just touching the surface with this.
No, we're not.
When we continue on XM, we'll really, really get into this story. But did we get through this? Sort
Yeah,
of.
I think
Danny.
that's good.
All right. You know what?
Notice the genius of the cop baton analogy.
Yeah.
See, that saved us, my friend.
Why don't we just keep it at that?
Yeah.
And we'll do a little more on this when we go over to XM in about a half hour, okay?
Cute.
It's the greatest story ever, though.
Thank you for the family circus.
Oh, I got
you
a
got one?
couple of them. Nice.
There's 2 family circuses,
Mm-hmm.
and Bill Keane writes them, and this Bill Keane sure knows how to touch that nerve in all of us. It's a circle, and it's got the father and the little girl driving, and there's a bit of shade in the top of the car. It's shading the father's face, but the little girl is getting the light shown right in her face, and this is as cute as it gets. She says, "Daddy, will you move the sun, please?"
Aww.
Yeah.
This says a lot of things. Naivete of a child. The looking up to the father as if he could do everything. You know, they're driving in the car. That's sweet.
Sure. Daddy, will you move the sun, please? Who hasn't had a moment like that?
God, we should try to get my brother's cartoon published in one of these papers.
Wish they'd show 2 seconds later when they hit the abutment.
or Daddy, could you move the dock, please? As he's getting out of the minivan, waving bye-bye.
To all his problems.
And there's the other one. It's the mother pouring cereal for all the kids, and the little boy.
Breakfast table scene. All the kids sitting around waiting eagerly for their breakfast.
He says, "I wish we could have gruel," Gruel is how it's spelled, and it's all capitalized.
Ooh.
I wish we could have gruel for breakfast. Oliver Twist even wanted seconds.
See, the kid didn't know gruel is an awful thing, but because Oliver was so poor and was so hungry, even he wanted 2 helpings of that. It just goes to show you how pathetic and sad Oliver was. But he sees it as it must be good because he wanted to.
Kill yourself.
And you know who should be pouring him breakfast is the mother from Sixth Sense, who was pouring soup for the sick kid.
All right. Nice topical reference too, Bill Keane. Like any kid would know who Oliver Twist is in this day and age.
I'd like to smack Bill Keane right in the mouth with a police baton that won't go down. Repeatedly.
From Grandpa Creepy.
Yeah, why did it take him 10 years to file a lawsuit, man? Wouldn't you file that immediately?
Can't hug his grandkid.
Can't ride a bike or hug people.
How many times has he heard, ew, ew.
Grandpa, what's that? Could you take him out of here?
Yeah.
Take him out of the room.
All right, we got to take a break. By the way, if you want to check...
Look, I'm Grandpa. Look, and you know they just do something with their Hot Wheels cars or tracker. Something. Look, I'm like Grandpa. Don't do that. Don't do that. Look, his kids are so, cute and honest. I want to be like Grandpa. Stop doing that. It's your father. The parents get into arguments because it's her father or something.
For Christmas, everyone gives him a lap pillow. And snow pants and other cushioning
they gotta be like big MC Hammer pants. He's still wearing Joey Buttafuoco sweats.
I don't like underpants. What do you want me to tell you?
Grandpa Creepy.
Grandpa Creepy.
Grandpa stinks. I can't even hug my friends anymore.
Oh. Got to wear his belt a little lower than usual.
Of course.
Wants to wear his, Speedo bathing trunks, and he can't. I have to lie on my stomach at the beach. Do you? Ass.
All right.
You get at your age. Just be happy you're still alive.
I know. He's got to fool around with nature.
All right, we got another cute story to get to. Then we're going to get some more music out of Ryan Starr. Yeah, it's just a weird news day today. We got one of these sex offender stories.
Yeah.
We love the sex offender stories.
There's so many of them.
Listen to what they're doing on Long Island.
Well, imagine finding out that 27 sex offenders lived in your neighborhood. That's what the people of Hempstead discovered, along with other neighborhoods on the south shore of Long Island, and many are finding out for the first time. Sex offenders dumped in shelters like this one in Hempstead. Residents had choice words for the agency responsible.
They got to live somewhere.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, what town's going to be the one town that accepts this with open arms?
No one.
East
no
Hampton.
One.
No one. But it's
responsible.
Shame on you.
It's okay. So far, Hempstead.
Huh?
So far, Hempstead.
So far, Hempstead.
Didn't we do a story where they were in Mastic?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Seeing a trend.
Well, they said poor towns all over the South Shore of Long Island.
We'll see if the report should have been done differently. Imagine you're a sex offender and you find out all your neighbors are...
Choice words for the agency responsible.
Shame on you, because you're deteriorating actually lives by the hundreds in these urban areas.
Newsday reports the largest...
Deteriorating?
They're deteriorating?
Wow. What are they going to do next? Go look at the fall foliage?
That's a common mistake, though. Foliage and foliage.
Yes, but people under the age of 7 frequently say that. People who used to carry guns professionally never do.
Deteriorating.
Hundreds in these urban areas.
Newsday reports the largest clusters of sex offenders are concentrated in low-income areas of Long Island's South Shore.
We see they exist in Freeport, Roosevelt, Hempstead, Uniondale, all areas of middle to lower income areas.
These offenders are level 2 and 3, those most likely to strike again. They're placed in neighborhoods with little political power.
It's unfair, and it's not put in neighborhoods where they are more affluent.
Another problem in these neighborhoods, rents are cheaper, and landlords are more willing
to... Of course! What do you want them to do? What do you want to put them on Park Avenue and have them pay $3,800 a month?
$3,800 a month on Park Ave?
I don't know. I don't live there.
Maybe for a closet.
10,000.
Yeah. All right. Start at 10,000.
What about the really rich sex offenders, though?
That's a good point.
They probably pick up their own digs somewhere. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, they're in Thailand or something.
Yeah,
I think
out of the country.
I think people should be forced in low-income neighborhoods to have sex offenders living in their kid's room. And chipping in for the rent.
See, put it this way, the sex offender is going to be scared to go out. I think that's they got a strategy here. What do you want? What do you want them in nice, affluent parts of Long Island? It ain't going to happen.
Nope.
This is all based on what you pay your taxes for. If your tax bill is really, really low, your services and who lives in your neighborhood is going to be a little off. If your taxes are really high, you're paying to not have a bad element in your neighborhood and to have all of your services working well. That's just the way this country works. Who's surprised by this?
You're actually safer, though, when you live near them. I lived next door to a rapist for a few summers.
Yeah,
sexy now.
Yeah, and it was then the law came out that you had to tell your neighbors, if you and
hello.
Yeah, but statistically, you're a lot safer living right next door to a sex offender than.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to rape someone and run next door.
Yeah, he's on the lam. There he goes. Oh, next door, lights on. Let's get him. That is stupid.
Did you tease him at all? Did he rape girls or guys?
No, I remember one day though he came up to it was my family. It was like one of those like a summer thing in Montauk that we went out to, and right on the beach. And I remember one day my sister, before we knew this, he asked my sister if she wanted to take a boat ride with him. He had
that's good.
And then 2 days later,
the old Peterson cruise.
We never went back. the lost summer.
Or maybe the guy's just into boating.
Yeah.
I mean, you have many different hobbies.
Boating and rape.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean he's going to take your sister on a boat trip to rape her. Maybe he just wants to go out and enjoy the water.
I mean, we did live next door, so I'm sure it was fine.
Maybe he fancies himself a young Alan Hale.
Another problem in these neighborhoods, rents are cheaper and landlords are more willing to take on sex offenders as tenants. And what about notifying people? Right now, police only do it once, when the sex offenders move in.
So if you move in after the time they do a notification, which is quite possibly, very likely, then chances are you're not going to be notified.
Well, the Department of Social Services says
how often do they expect you to be notified? Every 20 minutes you get a phone call? Do we mention? Yes,
yes, we know.
And he didn't. We know. I heard. Thank you.
You should know when your tax bill comes, and it's easy to pay. That's when you know that your whole neighborhood is full of people that might cause you some type of harm.
And someone has to stick up for the sex offenders. These guys gotta be scared assless living in these neighborhoods.
I don't stop at lights in these neighborhoods.
Right.
I keep going.
You think these sex offenders are walking out and walking the streets whistling a happy tune?
No.
And everybody knows why you're living there. If you're like all of a sudden you're a middle-aged white guy with a mustache and a bad gut, everybody knows why you're in that neighborhood. And you smell like Similac. Old baby powder breath.
Let's go to Debo from Patterson, New Jersey.
Excited about Halloween.
Yeah. Debo.
Hey, what's going on?
The front of your pants goes as a mash unit.
Hey.
Where's the cat? Oh, yeah, this is a great story for today. It's quick, too. It's cute.
What is it?
What's it
Another
about?
cute story like the circumcision?
Yeah.
I like
2-year-old
stories.
girl circumcision?
We deliver keggers. We deliver keggers.
Police in Connecticut looking for the person who threw a beer keg into an open fire. It happened in New Milford on Sunday. The keg exploded, sending chunks of metal into a crowd of people at a party. The blast killed 22-year-old Sean Caselli. 7 others are hurt. One neighbor said the explosion was so loud it shook the windows of nearby homes.
Wow.
What
You threw it into a fire?
Probably not on purpose, just probably to be a dick, not to
just to be idiots.
You don't think it's going to kill someone.
But you gotta think, who wouldn't think that a sealed metal container thrown on a fire isn't going to explode?
I don't know.
It's one of those things, or especially if there's beer inside of it.
Who's around it that didn't
boiling?
move?
Yeah, I mean, it's fun to watch for like 30 seconds, then you've got to start thinking, this thing might explode.
This is going to explode.
Why don't we get it out of there?
There's always some idiot. We used to hang out in the woods when I was a kid. It was a big thing to just go into the woods with a little bottle of whiskey or something and just hang around, smoke cigarettes, drink whiskey around a fire in the woods.
Get naked, hug each other. And
Whatever you're into.
Yeah.
Oh.
And there was always some asshole that would be like with the paint can and his lighter, making the flamethrower, and then... Yeah, guys, throw the paint can into the fire. Mm-hmm. And you'd all, like, have to run for your life. Literally. You couldn't sit there. And boom, the fucking thing would explode, metal would go flying. You look at the trees and see chunks of metal in there. People don't think. They just don't think of consequences. Throw a keg in a fire. Fuck. Now the guy's dead.
I remember when I was a boy.
Yeah.
A friend I palled around with, there were some leaves, and he set them on fire.
Yeah.
And then what happened?
Oh, that was it.
That was all.
Sure?
There was we had to throw dirt on it. There were 7 leaves.
All right.
I wouldn't even throw snowballs at cars like people would do that. Because even as a kid, I'd be like, well, what happens if you throw one and it hits his windshield and he gets surprised and kind of swerves and crashes? So, yeah, like I would always have that in my mind, so I never did shit like that.
What a fun kid.
Yeah, I was kind of the stick in the mud. Don't do that.
Well, you're a wet blanket.
Until I was introduced to the wonders of alcohol. Then that kind of got it to the point where I started backing my truck through garage doors and stuff like that. I didn't care.
My mother did that when she was learning to drive. She was learning to drive in North Brunswick. It was a big move for her to get her license. And she just stepped out of reverse in the driveway and just crashed in the garage door and bent the whole thing in. And I'll never forget, me and my father just looking at it and looking at each other and fucking howling.
Good laughing at Mom.
We just laughed at her. Typical woman driver. Right into the... I don't know, there's 2 ways to go. Into the street or into your home. Mom.
Yeah, 50-50 shot, Mom.
Oh, it was really funny.
Hey, Matt from Goose Bay. I don't like what you're writing. There are 5 of us, and every one of us voted that Opie is most likely going to throw propane tanks into a fire.
Oh, that could happen.
Why me?
I don't know. You might get a little rambunctious. Yeah.
Nazi gingerbread house story.
UF.
Well, an Ohio community is up in arms over a disturbing holiday window display.
Shocked residents say a local artist went too far. Take a look. It shows gingerbread men dressed up as Nazis saluting a gingerbread Hitler. Many who saw the display were appalled and demanded it be taken down. The store's owner now says he will remove it. The artist says he wanted to provoke thought, not offend anyone.
All right, sure, some people were appalled as they saw it, but what about the people that kind of chuckled and said, oh,
kind of like, hey, look at that. Nazi gingerbread guys.
And they have little Jewish gingerbread people you can eat.
Oh.
Why not?
If you're on a diet.
Wow.
I want to apologize, Jerry. Against, I am not racist against gingerbread people. Jerry. Lunatic.
Lover.
That guy's just an ass, but you gotta love him. He's got balls.
Why couldn't the artist defend people? You know what? Being offensive is okay sometimes.
I don't know why it has become against the law to offend. To offend. You're allowed. can't incite. You can offend. You can say things that people don't agree with and don't find pleasant. That is well within your rights without having to make an excuse or anything like that. You'll have to pay the consequences. And a lot of people, the only reason they apologize is to try to not pay those consequences and keep their careers rolling. But it's not a law. You're not cast out. Jesus.
Hey,
what's so touchy?
You want to find out about reducing your toddler's holiday stress?
Yeah, why are toddlers stressed out?
Andrea Yates.
I have no idea.
The holidays can be very stressful time for everybody. Why are toddlers stressed?
Exactly.
Don't they have everything done for them? What?
I don't know. Let's get into this.
All right, all you parents out there, the last thing you want for Christmas is a cranky kid, right?
Yeah.
So how do you make sure your child is stress-free this holiday season? Joining me with some tips is child development specialist Lori Barrett. Good to see you, Lori.
Good morning.
And you brought along some of these beautiful children today.
We did.
And so we're talking about toddlers especially and the stress that they may feel during the holiday season because, quite frankly, they don't know what's going on, right?
That's exactly right. And with children this young, you have two things in mind. One is that you want them to be able to enjoy the holidays and get the meaning out of the holidays in the way that we do. And we also don't want...
could you tell it it's on TV? Yeah. Could you tell it it's on TV?
Babbling.
And you're ruining it? They don't get it?
They don't even understand they're on TV. How are they going to understand the concept of Christmas?
They don't. Kids do whatever they want at that age. There's no training them. You can't tell them to do something. I'm sure she said, now we're going to... But the big people are going to talk. Now you have to sit here and be quiet. And in 2 seconds, Mommy, Director should have came over and slapped that kid's face. Shut up. We're trying to do a show.
Have you checked out that new show yet? I forgot the name of it. Maybe someone can help me. They get like 3 families that have problem children. And they live in a house. And then the child psychologists are on site.
No, I've watched the nanny shows.
Oh, no, this is so much worse, man.
Really?
And I do love kids. I absolutely do. A little different than these two.
So does John Carr.
And
Go to Thailand, you sicko.
It almost makes me say I don't want to have kids ever. These kids are a nightmare. And then you get the child psychologist like explaining to the parents what they could do as the kid is just throwing tantrums, screaming bloody murder. And they give them some advice and help them through their problems.
Cursing and spitting at their parents.
Oh, it's a great show, but your blood pressure goes up as you watch this at home.
You get all... That's how those nanny shows are, though. I'll tell you, because they show them just freaking out. They show these kids freaking out, and I watch it and go, oh, my God, I would kill them. I would be in prison because I couldn't take it.
Well, check out this show one night. You'll lose your mind.
Oh.
All right, so now I don't know what they were saying here because the kid's babbling in the background. I backed it up a little bit.
To enjoy the holidays and get the meaning out of the holidays in the way that we do. And we also don't want them to make a big mess for everybody and ruin the holidays for themselves and for you and for everybody else.
Right, because everyone's going, oh, look at those kids,
exactly.
blah, blah, blah. You know, when you become a parent, you suddenly understand all that.
By the way, the show's called House of Tiny Terrors. Thank you,
House
Rum Runner.
of Tiny Terrors?
Rum Runner from Whackbag. Oh, yeah, it's just screaming and tantrums, and they got, like, the night vision cameras in the bedrooms, and you see the kids just pacing back and forth and just destroying stuff.
Little animals.
Screaming and yelling.
You got little animals in your house. You're not allowed to whack on the nose with a newspaper.
Not anymore. When we were growing up.
Yeah, let me tell you. Hot Wheels track.
Right across the back of
That's what I used to get. Right across the butt. A Hot Wheels track. One of your toys. They'd use your own toys against you as a kid. How cruel is that? Something that's supposed to be fun for you. You're snapping together your Hot Wheels track and having flashbacks of getting beat with it. And it's like giving a slave a whip and going, here, have fun. Have fun with this.
And you as a kid, you have no clue that that's the real reason they bought the Hot Wheel tracks. Because they're probably, as they're like buying the gifts, going, well, I could hit them nice with that.
The wooden spoon.
Right.
It's like, great. You give a kid an eating disorder. Can't look at a spoon. Been whacked with it over the head.
Talk to your toddler about the holidays. Show them pictures of past holidays and relatives.
They're stupid. They don't understand.
All right, Lori, let's talk about your tips. Be prepared. You're supposed to talk to your toddler about the holidays.
Exactly, and start now. Don't do this the day before the holiday event. Start now. There's a number of easy things that parents can do that will really help the children get into the holidays. Certainly one is to show them family photo albums of the people that they're going to be seeing on the holidays. So these might not be the people that are normally, in their life every day.
Crying at page
and show
1.
Show them pictures of who they're going to be seeing.
Grandma and Grandpa.
Grandma and Grandpa. Show them pictures of
You pointed at an uncle and the kid just starts crawling under the couch in the fetal position.
Just starts wailing.
I think they should show you pictures of relatives you're not going to see. Like, show you everyone that's died and then just say, like, what stage of decomposition they're in at the moment. You won't be seeing her. Remember how nice she was? Well, she was beaten to death in an alley.
What a waste of time.
You would sit the kid down. I know kids enough to know. You sit him down with a photo album, and page 1, it's not cartoony.
Right.
It's not. You can't grab crayons and deface it. Oh, they wouldn't be interested. Kids can't color worth a crap, too. You ever see kids' coloring books? Jesus Christ, use more than one color and try to stay in the lines.
I saw
dopey little things.
I saw if I had kids and they painted a sun blue, I would smack him until he learned the Arab's ways.
It's not the right color, you idiot.
No.
Bad boy.
Bad boy. All right.
Of who they're going to be seeing.
Grandma and Grandpa.
Show them pictures of past holidays that they might have been a part of as well, because they love to see pictures of themselves. Right. So that's always a good thing to do.
Don't show my daughter any pictures of Santa, because she's determined she doesn't like Santa.
Yes.
Which is the beard.
Yes.
Really? What kid does?
This is just a waste of time for the news. They don't need to do this.
What kid does really like Santa?
My kid doesn't like Santa. It's the beard. No, I don't think that. I think it was the scent of whiskey and that one mall gentleman whose lap she was forced to bounce on, you dopey parent. Nothing to do with the beard.
There isn't a Santa, yeah. It's that scary guy at the store.
Right, plan ahead, prepare for different things in their lives, like maybe new pets, that sort of thing they may encounter.
Right, this is certainly true. I mean, one thing that you want to do is you want to find out where the event is going to be that you're going to, and find out what the layout is, what things are you going to need to bring, who's going to be there, and kind of scope out in your mind how you see this
show world
playing out for yourself.
Peep show.
Oh,
topless joint.
Whatever.
You're going to see boobies. Don't be scared. That is the dumbest bit of advice. Stress-free toddler. Ugh. You don't have to worry about the toddler. And you're selfish to bring them over relatives' house. Selfish until they reach an age where they're civilized a bit, where they could actually talk and be polite.
What's that age in your world, 20?
20, exactly. When you bring over kids that are infants, you can almost tolerate because, all right, they're new, they're not even cooked yet, you can't leave them at home, you can't leave, so you're kind of forced to. But there's a certain age where just don't show up then, because you're ruining everyone's time.
What age is that, 2, 3?
Probably
the terrible 2s?
The 1 into the 2s.
Nah, 1's easy.
What?
1's easy.
Like the tail end of the 1s into the beginning of the 2s kind of area where they're just nasty, yelling, can't be told anything.
Let's say hi to Jackie and Merrick. Jackie.
Hey.
Hey.
How are you? Good morning.
Good morning, Jackie.
I have not stopped laughing.
Ooh.
I hate.
What are you listening to? I want to turn that on.
You hate what?
I hate people's kids.
Good for you.
Oh, you do?
Good
I have
girl.
2.
Oh, you have 2?
I have 2.
You ever think people hate your kids too?
I discipline. I don't care who's standing there. I yell at them.
Yeah, you
get
can't talk
on the butt. I don't care if they're disrespectful or talk back or touch things that aren't supposed to be touched. I hit them.
You can't talk logic with a toddler.
No. And you see like adults trying to talk logically to a kid, and it's embarrassing. Now, we're going to go inside this place. It's very quiet, so you're going to need to be blah, 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 cry, scream, blah, blah, blah.
No,
they just hear Charlie Brown's teacher. That's all.
Yeah, wah, 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 wah. They don't hear that. They can't put 2 and 2 together where you're saying it's a quiet place.
No.
Kids want something, they're going to cry and scream for it.
Until they get it. All right, enough of that crap. Here we go.
Sorry.
This is no fictional comic book hero seen in handcuffs getting booked at the Melbourne Police Department. Instead, it's Dr. Raymond Adamsick, dressed up as Captain America.
His name is Dr.
Raymond
Adam Sick.
Adam Sick. Oh,
he's a doctor.
Sorry to hear that, pal.
He's a doctor.
Doctor.
Yes,
it'd
be kind of like if he was imagine if he was an OBGYN and his name was Dr. Smelly.
Yeah, I didn't. It's Dr. Stinky.
Dr. Dumpster.
All right.
Instead, it's Dr. Raymond Adamsick, dressed up as Captain America. He was arrested Saturday night at the On Tap Cafe and Lounge. Now he's being accused of grabbing a female patron's privates and verbally abusing her while he was out partying.
It was just a group of doctors that were traveling throughout the city, going from bar to bar.
While the Marvel character is often seen as a symbol of American spirit, the female patron's boyfriend saw something very different. According to police, he defended his girlfriend's honor and fought the alleged villain.
Alleged villain? What is she trying to make of this piece?
I don't know. A guy in a Captain America outfit grabbed this girl's privates and then verbally abused her. It's like, how angry are you?
Yeah, that is angry.
Do one or the other. Don't combine them. That's just ugly.
I'm here to protect America, you.
Yeah.
What do you say? Like, and how good a grip do you have where you can verbally abuse her while still grabbing?
Captain America. It's got a hell of a grip.
And the boyfriend defended. The boyfriend was dressed as Red Skull.
And he had to pull the Captain America's arm off. He's like, hey, cut that out.
Hey. I'll use my Captain America grab. Your is no match for my grab.
So when it came time to identify the attacker in a lineup, police had their hands full.
Batman.
Unfortunately, because there was a costume party going on inside the bar, there were several men dressed as Captain America.
Police say the victim was able to positively ID Dr. Adamsick
by smelling his hand.
No, they didn't actually. She didn't recognize it. They made a bunch of guys in Captain America outfits sit there with their hands down, and whichever one the cat ran up to. See, steal Adam's joke, make it gross.
Was able to positively ID Dr. Adamsick, then he was hauled off to booking. But the story doesn't end there. According to authorities, Captain America had something to hide.
While in the restroom, he attempted to flush a bag of marijuana as well as a joint down the toilet.
Police say they were able to recover the joint from the toilet, but the bag got flushed. Now the doctor faces a long list of charges, and those include battery and drug charges.
The funny thing is, like, how do they not be able to identify him? Well, there's 5 guys in a Captain America outfit. Only one has a bloody lip and black eye. What did the boyfriend do? Swat his shoulder with a purse? How did he have no visible marks on him? Captain America, charged with crotch grabbing and being a silly goose. How do you not love that guy?
He's great.
All right, we got to get out of here. Another Rock Screen Tuesday in the book.
Superhero can he be? He can't flush dope down a toilet.
Yeah.
What kind of powers does he have?
What kind of flush do you do where the bag goes and the joint pops back up?
Yeah, he must have been pissed when that thing came up. It's like, damn, I almost had it.
Gives a new meaning to stinkweed.
Oh, it's in the toilet.
All right, Irv News Thursday.
Oklahoma police are searching for a man who's been visiting convenience stores wearing only a diaper.
Okay, I like this guy. At least he's wearing a diaper. Wearing a diaper?
What are you thinking?
Some people are just completely out of their minds.
As you're driving to the convenience store, you have to stop at a light. Does it ever hit you like, I'm in a diaper? You don't just think of it and be there.
Yeah.
You have to
You're not
get
just there going, whoa, what happened?
And what kind of shoes do you wear?
You have to park.
Do you go barefoot?
I would say flip-flops.
Go with the flips?
Yeah. You got to show your bare feet, kind of, but you need...
What about...
You can't run on
What about a nice,
sandals.
Nike shoe?
That just looks silly.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Cowboy boots?
Now you're really looking silly. And you can't run. You need something you can run away in. So I'm thinking some type of
running shoe.
What are those sandals that have like the sneaker bottom?
Well, there's like Teva's got.
Teva, yeah, that's it.
That holds your
That's
foot
what you
in pretty
wear.
good.
That's what you wear.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oklahoma police are searching for a man who's been visiting convenience stores wearing only a diaper. Yes, the man seen here on this surveillance video has walked into several mini-marts. He's marched up to the counter in the diaper and asked the workers what they think about it. Most employees laugh at first, thinking it's some kind of dare, but then the man has exposed himself falling out of the diaper. And now there's...
He means business. At first, it's all fun and games. What do you think of my diaper? Hey, that's hysterical. Oh, Jesus, come on. I'm eating a hot dog here.
My first thought, if you're going to expose yourself, I wouldn't go with the diaper. I would go with something a little different.
A little more easy access.
Something that doesn't look ridiculous, because I imagine you would be going for a nice reaction.
Yeah.
Instead of someone laughing at you because you're wearing the diaper.
Yeah, true. Diapers just look silly on people.
It doesn't make sense.
At first thinking it's some kind of dare, but then the man has exposed himself falling out of the diaper. And now there's concern his little joke could get a lot more dangerous.
You're not sure what people are capable of, but if he can be that outrageous and just walk in a diaper, what else could he do?
Well, police are not taking this as a joke. They are warning that if they find this guy, he is going to be arrested.
Well, warning, like what, he didn't know that?
Yeah. I thought this was completely legal. Walking in and exposing myself.
No shoes, no shirt.
No schlong.
Yes. No rattle, no service.
Now we'll go to Detroit. Chris, what's going on, buddy?
What's up, Owen?
Hey, man.
Hey, I just read the story in the paper. I don't know if you read the paper, Opie, but...
Nice callback.
Those weird little shots he took during that argument, I don't know what to tell you. I read so many papers, I can't even... at least 5 a day, at least. And not counting the ones I take a peek at online.
And that doesn't include the Advocate, which he gets sent to his home.
Yeah, well, this one...
Love the classifieds.
Just trying to keep informed. What, Chris?
In Columbia, South Carolina, they found 2 naked people that had fallen from 50 feet from the roof of an office building.
I got it,
and
sir.
They were naked.
Naked people, and they were naked and stuff. Oh, I assume they were probably having sex, right?
I would assume on the roof. Maybe they found the clothes on the roof. Some cab driver found them on the road.
Wait, they're both dead?
Yeah, we got the story here. It's one of the better stories today. All right, Chris.
Punching out, guys.
Yeah, we'll take it from here. Thanks for the setup.
Dead and totally nude.
Yeah, totally nude. What a way to go.
Can you imagine falling 50 feet naked?
God's kingdom of nakedness.
50 to 60 feet. Oh, my gosh. Sloping metal roof.
Yeah, I got it right here, Jimmy. Here it is.
God.
Here it is.
What a nightmare.
Columbia police are investigating the deaths of a young couple who they say accidentally fell off a roof early this morning.
Now, police are telling us that a cab driver found the 2 injured lying on Laurel Street without any clothes on.
That's where it ends? Jeez, it's insensitive.
Just to get us going there. That's the news anchor explaining the situation.
I wonder if the guy lost his on. Do you think he still had it?
I bet you that they were just going at it and they didn't realize how sloped the roof was or something like that.
Oh. Why would you be on a sloped roof having sex? I can understand a flat roof, you know. It's kind of cool. You're outside. A little exciting. But if you're on a steep friggin' Howard Johnson's roof, you're done. A church. Yeah. You're on a church steeple.
Well, we got the homeless woman. She will explain here what happened.
Alrighty.
You know I'm homeless.
This Lincoln Street parking garage is a place where Naomi Mosley occasionally seeks shelter.
And I was getting up, packing up my stuff to get it out the place.
It's also the place where she and her husband witnessed a young couple arrive in a car, then climb onto the roof of the building next door.
When they came in, they was laughing. You know what I mean? Like laughing and happy and saying, "Hey, there's some people climbing up."
A final act.
Her arm was up in the air, and he was pulling her up. He said, "Baby, you know what I mean? I got you."
Before falling to their deaths.
That was not Whoopi.
It sounds like it was her.
That was one of her characters from her one-woman show.
Well,
they were clowning up.
Is that what she said?
Oh, climbing up. Okay, I thought there was some slang I missed.
She said clowning up?
No, they were climbing up.
Climbing up? So what? They wanted to have a little sex.
Yeah.
Decided they were going to do it on the roof, and something went horribly wrong.
He said, "Don't worry, baby, I got you."
Yeah.
And then they fell?
Yeah.
So were they having sex, or were they naked climbing up?
Hope they didn't slip in the alley. What a way to go.
Oh, God.
Last
maybe
thing you
that's
feel is
it.
that on your foot?
Whoops.
No, they found the clothes on the roof.
Yeah. So they were naked.
Well, the homeless woman, a.k.a. Whoopi, continues her explanation.
Right.
Naomi says she and her husband decided to just mind their own business. And when they came downstairs around 5:30, she saw the taxi cab driver who found the bodies and stopped to call 911. Soon after, police had blocked off the streets.
Lord God, I hope they gave the soul to you.
Police found the couple's clothing on the garage roof, but they did not find any evidence of foul play. It was purely accidental. Naomi says it's a sight she wishes she'd never seen.
I feel heartache that it happened because I wouldn't want my worst enemy to fall off no roof like that.
I wouldn't want my worst enemy to fall off the roof. Yes.
Can I tell them if I never
my worst enemy, I'd want more than I consider my worst enemy Osama bin Laden.
Yeah.
And I'd want worse for him than just falling off a roof.
There are things we say that just don't make sense. I want horrific things to happen to my
worst enemy.
I have no problem admitting that.
Yes, horrid
When
things.
people say, I wouldn't even wish that on my worst enemy. Really?
I think you would.
Oh, man, I would.
I wouldn't because it's not harsh enough.
Yeah.
The roof doesn't do it. How about a lawnmower over the crotch? That I'd wish.
Yes.
You know what I'd wish on my worst enemy? To have to talk to that stupid Naomi. What a dope she sounds like. God almighty, could you have found a worst spokesperson? And who's her worst enemy? Anyone with a roof over their head? Shut up.
Yeah, apparently she doesn't like roofs very much. Ooh, that's horrible. I wouldn't wish that a roof on my worst enemy.
There's many things she doesn't like.
Yeah.
Why don't you take that and run with it at home? Because
wake
up with Whoopi. Yeah, I mean, I wish horrific things on my worst enemies.
Well, that lovely couple, what are you going to say?
Good luck, bros.
Good luck, bro.
That is a crazy story.
That's great. I hope that they had sex already, though. I hope they weren't
like
just
finished
preparing.
up.
Yeah.
Probably not. You're caught in the throes of passion. They were probably right in the middle of it. That's what I would think. Right in the middle.
Oh my God! You fall down like that, and you know you're at the die, so you hold on real tight because, like, I don't know if I'm gonna go.
Fine. Gotta finish.
Two dogs in the street with water thrown on you.
We're gonna move on to the Carpenter who makes spanking kits to give to parents.
What?
It's come down to this, guys.
Spanking kits?
It's come down to this.
Opie tries, but
it comes down to this. We've hit the old wall. Let's take a listen to this.
Joey Salvati says 4 conversations with the Lord in his shower convinced him to create spanking paddles to punish unruly children.
Jesus.
This guy's great.
That's what the Lord's up to?
Spanking pedals.
All the shit going on in the world, this is what the Lord is into.
Moment to check out the crawl space this guy's also built. Spanking paddle.
Get
another use.
The Lord said they should eternally sleep. Limbs cut off.
Put the lotion in the bird.
If you have to do something with your child, if you do it this way, at least you're getting their attention, but you're not harming them.
And he's giving these paddles away, 1,400 of them so far, along with an owner's manual of sorts, everything from how many swats to apply to an appointment card for scheduling the spanking. But always, as the website says, to be used lovingly and never in anger.
Right.
And they take American Express and MasterCard.
Get one for this show.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's get one.
What parent is scheduling a spanking with this creep?
Especially for this dude, yeah.
And never in... What did he say? In love, never in anger?
Never in anger, always in love. You have to write out in the appointment card so you can see if the youngster has a conflict. No. Like 11:30, I have an alcohol-fueled molestation.
Yeah, because when we got hit when we were kids, it was out of love, right? There was no anger involved whatsoever.
None at all.
Okay.
Oh, when I was getting smacked with anything.
Okay, let me explain something.
What?
The girl's online with her tits out making a Nazi hair.
She's Zig Heiling.
She's Zig Heiling with her tits hanging out. Oh, my God. She looks like a Fraulein.
That's so funny.
It's true. What happened with the other girl there? She looks.
I'll tell you, if Ava Braun had that attitude, we might still have the Reich.
All right, back to the creep with the paddles. Spanking Kids.
Yeah, Spanking
It's got to be
Kids.
some kind of, like, mixed message, don't you think?
Yeah, I would agree. But there's some parents that don't know what to do with their kids. They've tried everything, but they might have tried beating their kid. Okay, the last rule on this page is give your child a hug. Tell them you love them.
But Salvati believes his paddles and his spanking plan do make a difference.
But Dad never hit me. But you know what? Dad is going to hit you this time. Okay? Might be the last time. Because you know that he will do it. It's not that he wants to do it, but if he follows these rules, he's not going to beat you. He's going to smack you. And he's going to talk to you.
This guy sounds like a
ghoul. Learning.
As he's talking right now, he's probably wearing white spandex bike shorts and has a giant fat tent in them.
It's
He's breathing heavy.
He's like, he's gonna spank you. He's gonna hit you. He's gonna touch your little pee-pee.
He sounds like the BTK killer.
Yeah.
And then I walked in the house, remember?
Yeah, shot him in the head. What a creep.
There's a certain age where spanking becomes fun.
Yeah. Does it?
2. 2.
There was never any thought to my spankings, never in love, out of love. My spankings came out of anger from one or two of my parents for something I did that pissed them off.
Spankings?
And it wasn't a spanking, it was a fucking... Spanking is like, oh, naughty, naughty. These were like with a fucking belt, with a leather belt on my ass, laying down on the bed with like, as he spoke what I did. And every syllable, it was like, what did you do with that clock? You broke it and should make sure it is fixed the correct way. I'm like, what the fuck? I could stop.
You got hit on the syllables?
No. Yeah, it was like every word he would hit me with, and every syllable.
See, my father was always out of anger. He'd always go, now go in there and put that dress on, and then he'd make me traipse out, and every time he'd smack me, I'd have to say, I'm a pretty girl, but I don't behave.
Norton wearing a dress and Doc Martens.
You know the song, Celebrate? Celebrate.
Yeah, I love that
Celebrate.
song.
Dance to the
wedding.
music. I think it's, no, not that one.
Sly and the Family Stone.
Yeah, was that them? Yeah.
Good
yeah.
Times?
I was singing that.
Celebrate Good Times?
No, not that one.
The Electric Slide.
Yeah. No, it was the one, I thought
Celebrate. Dance to the music.
Dance to the music. I thought it was Three Dog Night.
Nah, maybe.
Is it Sly? Yeah, Three Dog Night. Whatever. That one.
Okay.
I was singing that early one Saturday morning. Yeah. I was singing that early one Saturday morning. And I was a kid, very young, but I didn't know. And then I started singing, celebrate, celebrate, dance to music. And then I go, masturbate, masturbate, dance to just because it was a word I heard. And not knowing why or anything. My father comes out hungover, all groggy out of the room, like rubbing his eye, and just walks up to me and goes, whack, right across the face. I fell off the table because I was singing on the table, like I had a microphone. And I'm like, celebrate, celebrate, dance to the music, masturbate, masturbate, dance to the music. And wham, he smacks me. I fly off the table, not knowing why he just fucking did it.
But the best part is he was still rubbing his eye.
Oh, he was still like he's tired.
He's not even thinking about it.
Because he's laying in bed in his underwear, probably going, what the fuck is that kid saying?
Actually, my cousin had a similar situation when...
And Joey took care of it.
But my grandmother was sitting there. She was on the back of the couch. She's on the back of the couch, and she goes, I got cum on Eileen, and my grandmother smacked her over the back of the couch.
Over the back of the couch.
I got cum on Eileen.
All right.
Masturbate. Maybe you didn't want you to become a hack song parody guy.
Yeah, that was it. Jesus, my career.
It would have been worse.
Made my career.
It would have been worse though if he came out in chaps, like swinging a belt like a lasso and doing it.
Actually showing me what I was singing about.
Sing, boy.
There's a theme.
Celebrate and masturbate.
There's a theme to all your dad's stories. He was very worried that you were going to become a little light in the loafers or something.
Gay. Any father, I think, has that in the back of the head, but that was like the forefront of my dad was like, You're in man training. When I went out to California, he was like, you're in man training. What do I got to do today? All right, look, you want to drink a beer? Yeah, that'd be great. I'd love to drink a beer with the guys, drink a nice cold Coors. You're 12 years old, drinking with the guys. Okay, sit on this bull for 8 seconds, and I'll let you have a beer.
Are you kidding?
And it was a Brahma bull, but it wasn't one of those you see at the rodeo, the giant ones. It was it was a baby, but it wasn't a little tiny one.
Big enough for a 12-year-old.
Scale from my side.
Who did it look like in this room right now?
Bob. It looked like Bobby.
Oh, Bobby.
It's all right. And I got on the thing, and they strap your hand in and let it out of the gate, and I fell right off on my ass. But you know something? They gave me the beer anyway. But they laughed. They were all laughing, and they're going, now get out of there, get out of the arena, because the thing turns around to kill you.
You were there
when you fall
toy.
off. Yeah, it was like
it was
fun.
your dad and his friends getting drunk and making you do silly things.
I would do that, and then they'd have parties over this guy Jimmy Jackson's house. Jimmy Jackson is a guy, he was crazy, and he had this rent string of horses, and he used to weld things. So he welded together a chariot and hooked it up to a horse and rode through town.
Central Islip?
No, this was out in California. Oh. And the horse got spooked and ran between two parked cars and just ran... The chariot hit these cars and just destroyed. It's amazing the damage a chariot can do to a couple of cars. But these are the people we're dealing with. So they would party and drink and get all drunk. So I went around back to take a leak, and there was this Indian woman, like out west, Indian women. And her husband...
That's not politically correct. They're wild Indian.
Wild Indian, right.
Wild.
Redskin. Out there.
Indians, yeah.
And she was married to this guy that just got out of prison. And she was laying there... And
I'm a Native American.
She had like her top almost off. It was a halter top kind of thing. And she goes, you want to take a roll in the hay? And I'm just kind of standing there like, oh, boy. Oh, mixed signals because, my hormones are going and I kind of want it.
Smoke signals.
But her husband reminded me of who was Gans's partner?
Billy Bear.
Billy Bear. I'm Billy Bear with a big knife for 48 hours. You want no part of that. So like ran away all scared, but it was nothing but like sexual attraction by older women or sometimes old Mexican men.
What was it? Yeah, the Mexican man.
Mexican man tried to pick me up when I was out in California. Yeah, I'm just sitting there, and again, everybody's drunk, and this Mexican guy comes up and goes, "Hey, you wanna go in the bushes over there?" I was like, "Excuse me?" He goes, "Me and you go in the bushes." And my father heard it.
Fun.
I know. Me, Mexican guy in the bushes, nice unclipped.
And your father heard it?
Oh, my father heard it and beat the piss out of this guy in front of his relatives. Because he was like a relative of Mexican guys that had a stable right next to ours, and that was where the party was. And just like bounced this guy off of this car. He was like, what the fuck did you say to my son, you motherfucker? Just pounded him. And then the Mexicans were like, Joey, calm down. It's okay. He's a fucking asshole. And they kicked him out of there,
He was out.
So there was some good times.
Oh, good times.
What about the story where they set you up?
Yeah, that was Jimmy Jackson's house, too.
Yeah.
Jimmy Jackson was leaving to go to the auction to pick up more fucking dog meat horses for his rent string. His rent string was pathetic. It was horses that were diseased.
Yeah, I got two stories. You got to tell the one you're telling, and then you got to tell the horse story.
Oh, yeah, that one, too. That was another Jimmy Jackson one. Jimmy Jackson is like quite the character out in California. And he was always scamming stuff. And so he was going to Chino to buy some horses. So I was left to run the rent string with his wife, Patty, who was this young blonde woman. So he goes, Patty's sleeping. He goes, don't worry about it. Just take care of the rent string. And I saw his truck pull away. Well, apparently... He pulls away. I see that. I go into the house to get something to eat, and I hear Patty go, Anthony. Oh. I was like, okay. I look in the room, and she's sitting there with the sheet just pulled up above her breasts, and she's going, and she taps on the bed. She goes, why don't you come on in here? I go, I don't think so. She goes, Jimmy's gone. She goes, come on in here. Let's have some fun. And I just kept saying, I go, no, I can't.
How old were you now, 12?
I was probably 12 or 13, around there somewhere.
They just fucked with him, man.
And I just kept insisting no, and the joke was over at that point because Jimmy had pulled around back, gone in the back door, and he was hiding in the closet. and he came out with his shotgun going, "You son of a bitch, what are you doing in this room with my wife?" But it didn't pan out as well because they were actually hoping I would have taken my clothes off and jumped into bed with his wife, so the gag would have really been funny.
Well, the gag probably wouldn't have happened. He would have watched you fuck her and whacked off.
Yeah, he could have jerked off.
Nice peyote.
And done that.
A lot of peyote in that freaking ranch.
Jumped in the bed with your fingers in his wife.
Oh, would have been great. Patty was pretty cute, actually. I was very tempted.
You sound like you were regretting it, yeah.
I
could have knew better.
I could have actually shot Jimmy and fucked his wife anyway and kill her and then left. They'd have thought it was a murder-suicide.
Horse story.
Yeah. Horse. Jimmy Jackson also used to haul away dead horses. It was these stables were all over the place, and a lot of kids had horses and people had horses, and sometimes a horse would die and the kid would be, and Jimmy would go there and go, "Don't worry, we're taking a nice grave site and everything." And what Jimmy would do was take these horses to a gully on his property and just dump it to where the rent string, when I used to take the rent horses up, they would start rearing up and going when you got close to this area. Because there was nothing but these decomposing horse carcasses like 3 layers deep.
And you're paying...
It was a holocaust of horses.
Yeah, and you're paying top dollar to have Jimmy Jackson take care of your
Take your horse away.
It's going to be a nice grave on the top of a hill with a little cross.
And this
pile of rocks or something. Instead, it's just thrown in
Anthony grew up on Spawn Ranch.
Right.
It was just an awful place. I had a blast, though. So Jimmy was hauling away a dead horse, and he pulls it in front of his trailer to go in to take a piss or something like that. And there was a guy there that wanted to buy a horse. And Jimmy starts telling him, he goes, "I got this great horse. It's in the trailer." He goes, "But it is so out of control. It's like an unbroken that we had to give it some kind of sedative." He goes, "It's in the trailer right here." And the guy's like, "Wow, it's a nice-looking horse." He goes, but it's really crazy. So my father got in the trailer and started kicking the trailer, and Jimmy's like, "Oh, shit, he's waking up, he's waking up." So he had this needle, and he, like, pokes the needle in the horse's nose. And he's like, "All right, calm down." And the guy's like, "Wow, that horse is really
dead."
Like, it was dead, stone fucking dead. And this guy was ready to buy a dead fucking horse from Jimmy Jackson because he just loved the way it looked. Because he looked over the top of the trailer, and Jimmy's petting it, kind of holding its head down and putting his hand over that like crusty, glazed over dead horse eye, and going, because if you hide his eyesight, he doesn't get as jumpy. And he stuck a needle in him, and he's like, "All right, calm down, boy, calm down." And the guy goes, "That's a pretty horse. How much you want for him?"
I don't want to go out on a limb here, but I think Jimmy Jackson was a dick.
Jimmy Jackson was one of the funniest motherfuckers and best characters. He was also, I swear to you, one of the most racist guys I've ever known in my life.
We don't believe that.
He fucking hated black people. Hated them. And he had a kid named Rusty and a daughter named Shyla. And Shyla had to be maybe 2 years old. And when he wanted to discipline her, he would say, "Uh-oh, Shyla, I see it. You're turning into a..." And he'd say the N-word, of course. And she would start crying and with a little girl voice go, "I don't want to be a nigga. I don't want to be..." And that's how he would...
And you made that your ringtone.
But here's the thing. He was saying he was racist. Yeah. But her natural instinct as a 2-year-old was to cry and say, "Don't let me be this."
She would not want to be one.
Jesus, Colin.
It was maybe being raised for 2 years around this guy. Anytime, like, we had a lot of Marines from Camp Pendleton would come up to rent horses on the weekend. They want to, be cowboys for the weekend, and I would take them up into the hills. When black guys would come up, Jimmy would put them on the worst horses that he ever had, either ones that were not trained, where they would buck and rear up and just throw these guys off of them, or give them the worst sway-backed, ready-to-die horse that couldn't keep up with the rest of the guys. He was awful. You go, "You should see the horse I gave the dick." Okay, Jimmy. All right, Jimmy.
Is he dead or alive?
I think he's still alive. He lives in Lake Elsinore out there, I think. But
what's your call him?
I'd love to give him a call and see what he's doing. But he's probably an old guy now. He was in his maybe early 30s back then, full of piss and vinegar, just like a real character. His brother-in-law, who was Patty's brother, was this big fat guy, and we were bull riding one day. When we kind of got good at it, and you'd strap the thing on, put one hand on and hold on with one hand. They'd open the gate, and you got to stay on for 8 seconds. So this guy was drunk off his ass, big fat guy, gets on, holds on to the bull's horns, and goes, I don't need no strap, open the gate. The gate opens, and the first thing the bull did was put his head flat down where his nose almost touched the ground, and he's holding on to the horns and flew forward about 10 feet, landed on the ground unconscious, and the bull proceeded to just ragdoll him, throw him around with his horns. So what did we all do? Look at him. He can't get out of the arena.
Just a bunch of drunks.
It was a bunch of
popping peyote,
doing nothing but drinking, riding horses, and trying to fuck whatever move.
Killing Sharon Tate.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Hey,
very good.
Great childhood, I got to tell you.
We got more on the spanking guy, that creep.
Yeah.
We went a little off-road in there, and we're back on the highway. He's making the spanking kits. Suggested punishment guidelines. 1 swat for disrespect. 2 swats for cursing. 3 swats for cheating, lying, and direct defiance. 4 swats for stealing. And 5 swats for endangering someone's safety, taking drugs, smoking, and drinking.
And 6 swats for telling.
And then he has a section, I think this is on his website, which is spare-rods.com.
Rods.
Come on, is that his website, really?
Yeah.
Calibrating your paddle. Before applying paddle to a child, you should determine the force of your swing. There is only one way to measure effectively. Swat yourself on the rump and adjust your swing appropriately.
Tell me, have we ordered one of these yet?
Swat yourself on the rump, wipe the cum off your leg.
More importantly, we should just get the guy on the
guy in the bed.
Because, I mean, to order the paddle is, it's a paddle.
Fucking paddle.
It's just a dumb
Get him on the phone.
Let's get him on the phone, though.
Yep.
Swats?
Huh?
Swats in the ass? It's a nice man.
For maximum effect, have the child tell you the reason they are being punished.
Paddle Thursday.
Ooh.
Nah, Paddle Thursday's too busy.
Shut up, cat noise.
Paddle Friday.
Exactly.
Cat noise Wednesday.
Cat noise is Wednesday.
How about if you have a paddle and hit a cat with a paddle on Wednesday?
All right, you ready for this there, Jimmy?
Just undergone surgery and were still groggy from anesthesia when police said that they were molested by a nursing assistant. Tonight, he's on the run, and some of his alleged victims are speaking out.
How dare you? How dare you?
One by one, women...
How dare you is all you can say?
How dare you, sir?
How dare you?
God, tough talk.
Yeah, like that'll get to the guy. Oh, you're right, man.
How
you're
dare
right. You're so right. That's all you could say? You just got...
That's right.
Your ass manhandled?
I wanted lemonade, but you gave me lemons. Whoa,
one
easy.
by one, women who say they were sexually abused by nursing assistant Ramon Gaspar bravely spoke out for the first time.
I don't even think I can describe what I feel when I see that picture.
Gaspar is charged with assaulting 10 women between the ages of 29 and 64 at the Encino Tarzana Regional Medical Center.
Ramon! Fuck that sleeping woman in her hiney. Fucking Ramon.
Hiney.
What a good boy.
I don't think I can describe what I feel when I see that picture.
Gaspar is charged with assaulting 10 women between the ages of 29 and 64 at the Encino Tarzana Regional Medical Center.
And it's important for this community and for anyone who may have to go to a hospital
old people
to understand that he is a potential risk.
Sew up your assholes, ladies. Opie and Anthony are coming. Because this is something that we have talked about many, many times in this radio show, waking up from surgery and what that's got to feel like, knowing you can't move and you're getting cut into.
You're paralyzed.
And you can't tell anyone that this is happening because you can't move your face. You can't move your arms. Well, supposedly it happened to a guy that was having some hip surgery done.
And imagine going into surgery and feeling almost everything. It happened to one man who says a routine hip replacement surgery turned into a nightmare. Tonight, Jessica shows us a tool used in almost all Oklahoma hospitals to keep this from happening to you. Jessica?
Well, Maggie, the risk of being awake or even aware of your surroundings is considered rare, but every year there are reports of this happening. And tonight we hear from a man who says the horror has changed his life forever.
The whore changed his life.
The whore changed his life. I get it.
All right.
Great.
Little Craigslist action.
Bring on the whore.
A whore changed his life. Jimmy, has a whore changed your life?
Yeah. The first one I got.
As the whore has changed his life forever. This is a scene from the movie Awake. The patient waking up during surgery, still physically paralyzed, unable to call for help, but completely aware of what's going on. For Todd Whitlock, it's no movie script. He says he lived it. He says in the middle of his hip replacement surgery, he just woke up.
Oh, my God.
I wanted to see that movie Awake, too, because it looked like really a good idea, and of course my girlfriend didn't want to watch. I don't like movies like that. Good, we'll get the Will Ferrell one again. That'll be a hoot.
Oof.
God, I want to see that.
Wait, what movie? Awake?
Yeah, it's about a guy who wakes up during surgery or something. It looked interesting to me.
Of course it looks interesting. So what movie ended up,
It's some Will Ferrell movie or something. She doesn't like horror movies. She doesn't like movies.
So wait, on demand? You started up a movie?
No, this was on the road in a hotel. So it was like one of those Spectravisions.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
40 minutes of looking through. No, not that one. Then not that one. And not that one. Not that one.
I saw that one. That one got bad reviews.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What we were going to go see? We were going to go see Let There Be Blood.
Yeah.
But she's like, well, no, they didn't get good customer reviews. And I'm like, well, it's got 91% on Rotten Tomatoes. Did you see it then? It's fantastic. Of course it's fantastic. But I'm supposed to listen to a bunch of people who the same people.
Yeah.
Who make, Are We There Yet? Exactly. Or the new Honeymooners. Very popular.
Oh, God, yeah.
Why did I listen to her? We went and saw that stupid Brazilian movie, which sucked.
Right.
Sucked.
But your girl seems like she'd be pretty cool with movies.
Her movie taste stinks.
Really?
I
would have never thought that.
Stinks. She's brilliant. She's really, really a bright...
She's a very smart girl.
Insightful person. Her movie
got a great
taste,
sense of humor.
Very funny. But her movie taste stinks. It's like it's like what would a retarded child enjoy? Those are the films we'll go to.
Really?
It didn't get very good customer reviews.
I don't even know what a customer review is.
91% on Rotten Tomatoes. Is that not good enough?
That's where I go. Just Rotten Tomatoes, all the reviews from all the papers.
I guess in the hotel.
Yeah.
No, this is a different time. This is two different times I'm talking about.
Ugh. I thought in the hotel it didn't get good reviews.
No.
Can you comment on a movie in a hotel?
Here's the second half of the hip surgery fiasco.
Whitlock says he relives that nightmare so often, he now takes medicine to sleep at night, afraid to go to bed because of the flashback.
They were cutting and peeling back tissue, but I could hear them talking, and I could hear that going on, and I could not signal them at all that I was feeling all of that.
Was he really feeling all that, you think?
Can you feel it, though? Because, like, if you're so paralyzed you can't move, wouldn't the anesthesia work, like, as far as the pain is concerned?
Of course.
I don't know.
I think you're aware that it's going on, but I don't know.
I don't think it's a local anesthesia, though. It's not like it.
How do you live through
pain away?
Feeling that they're ripping your flesh and pulling it,
it's torture.
out of the way so they could get to your hip?
It's like a torture.
Did he go back to sleep?
Yeah, he.
How do you go back to sleep during that?
Actually,
I'm tired.
He ended up dying.
No.
You're
kidding?
No.
How did it happen?
Yeah, what else has been happening? I see. I heard you guys were very newsy this morning. It was good.
A little newsy.
I got brought all the way up to speed.
Oh, we did the Bush thing. That was about all. We do have a story of a woman who was kept dead on a toilet for months. We could do that.
Dead on the toilet?
We could leave on an up note for the week, right?
Might
Why
as
was
well.
she dead on a toilet?
I don't know. We're going to find out here.
Ooh.
Greg Giraldo in Studio Comics tonight and tomorrow.
Oh, by the way, Ron Bennington, if Ron's listening, there's no one better for XM Unmasked than Giraldo. No one better for that. Perfect.
Oh, you haven't done Unmasked yet?
No.
I should definitely do that.
Great.
Yeah.
And Ronnie's great, man. Ronnie is just the best.
Because you're open about it. You don't hide.
Yeah, no, there's no point at this point.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
And believe me, Ronnie will commiserate.
Ronnie's been there.
Yeah,
he's been there. All right, here's the woman's story. Toilet, dead.
Juneau County Sheriff's deputy doing a welfare check discovered the body of a 90-year-old woman. She was left in the bathroom of the home she shared with another family.
Well, it turns out that the woman had apparently been dead for months, but was left there in the home. Now, according to investigators, the family tried praying over her in hopes that she would come back to life.
On the toilet?
Oh, my God.
Wow.
Oh, my God.
Her last dump.
Oh, man.
Praying over her on the toilet, hoping she'd come back to life. When her jawbone dropped off into her lap, didn't they think maybe this ain't going to work?
What about the smell? My God.
Well, it's the bathroom. It's supposed to stink.
Would come back to life.
Neighbors aren't really as shocked as you'd think. They say the circumstances behind the discovery of the body is odd,
zombies?
but they've had a feeling that something was wrong for a while now. The body of 90-year-old Magdalene Alvina Middlesworth was found in this home in the town of Necedah. Middlesworth shared the home with 35-year-old Tammy Lewis and her 2 children. According to the criminal complaint, Lewis was helping Middlesworth put on clothing when she passed out in her arms. She told police she sat the elderly woman on the toilet in the bathroom and called her superior, Alan Boucher, a man also known as Bishop John Peter, who told Lewis that praying over the body would bring it back to life.
Then he had a good laugh with everyone else in the room.
Wow. I got her praying in the toilet. But this happened for months.
I hope it was a 2-bathroom home.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
That's a little odd having to sit on Granny's lap.
Yeah, well, you got to tip the old bag off real quick and then prop her back on.
If you're praying over a dead body, I think you only have one bathroom.
Yeah, you're not a multi-bathroom kind of
No,
thing.
I don't think you. Danny, what do you got? Is
creepy
No, this actually was a one bathroom rather, and I don't know if it's in the story, but the family and the kids had to use buckets because this woman was on.
Well, because Granny was on there for a while. Wow.
I like that the neighbors like it's not as surprising as you'd think. No, these people were always praying over dead bodies.
Yeah.
People were dying in the bathrooms there all the time. It's not really a big deal.
But even after the strange discovery of Middlesworth's body, both neighbors say they're not surprised.
My husband and I mentioned about maybe 3 weeks ago, I said that we hadn't seen the grandma or the kids out for at least 2-3 months.
I bet she's on the toilet dead.
Kind of an uneasy feeling about it all.
When I saw the police down there, and after seeing the yellow tape up, I made a comment. My wife, well, maybe something happened with the grandmother. Sure enough.
Wow, Kreskin.
Thank you, Captain Obvious.
You wait until the cops are there in the tape.
Yeah.
They're from like, where are they from? Up north? Like Milwaukee or something like that? That's a good accent to find. It smells like poo. Oh, no.
You didn't know.
Oh, no.
The police showed up and the tape was there and I didn't know.
No. I went in to take a poop.
The grandmother, sure enough, that was the case.
Both Lewis and Boucher have been charged with 2 counts of causing mental harm to a child. Since her death, investigators say Lewis and Boucher were cashing Middlesworth's Social Security checks for a religious group that they belonged to. More charges could come from that and after an autopsy report determines how Middlesworth died.
All right, you got a little scam going on. Keep Grammy, make believe she's still alive to get the welfare checks coming in.
Yeah, that's obviously what was going on. Not this praying zombie thing.
How much could they have been getting, though, to make using buckets while there's a cadaver on the toilet worth it?
Got to figure there's some equity in actually being able to use your toilet.
That'd have to be a huge disability check. What were they were getting welfare benefits from her?
Yeah.
$550
a month.
$550 a month.
All right, that's a lot of money.
She's actually kind of sexy, the girl.
What? She looks
crazy
retarded.
eyes.
Oh, she's on the... Okay.
Which one's the girl? The one on the right or the left?
That's hard to tell.
That girl.
Hey, we got to end this side of the show, but you want to do the DJ then?
I like the beating of the
all right, well, there's
wife, was it, or girlfriend?
Girlfriend. There's a show called Jennifer and Danny. E-Rock, this is from your neck of the woods. What could you tell us about Jennifer and Danny?
I actually have not heard their show, but she's apparently the highest paid radio talent in West Palm Beach. She's been there for some years.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just like a soccer mom.
Highest paid in West Palm.
Yeah.
And she does the show with this guy, Danny, who's a problem.
Yeah. I don't know him either.
Oh,
is that him?
Yeah.
That guy looks like a problem.
He looks like the Big Show.
He looks like a thumb.
Looks like it looks like a thumb. He kind of has a Big Show look to him. I don't know how tall he is, but we got just the headshot. But this guy did some naughty things, even though he does a very lame radio show with this Jennifer girl.
Well, West Palm Beach police arrested 97.9 FM's morning DJ Ralph Chekalinsky yesterday afternoon. Listeners know him as Danny on the Jennifer and Danny show on the airwaves.
Why?
Chekalinsky faced a judge in...
What?
Why is he Danny? His name is Ralph.
What's wrong with Ralph? It's going to be Danny.
Ralph.
Why?
Because Ralph
is really me. Danny's my on-air personality.
Danny's a little softer.
Yes, a little more inviting.
I'm actually giving you the real answer, Jimmy. Unfortunately, I know this crap.
Yeah, Danny.
The PDs sit you down. They study your name, and then they rub their chin and go, "You're more Danny."
We've done market research.
Yeah, Ralph.
He's a new Danny.
Huh?
I'll bet he's a new Danny that they just keep having.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes
they do that. Yep.
The guy that was in the seat was named Danny, and he
Right.
left, and they want everyone to not know that Danny left, so they just bring in another guy and call him Danny.
Yeah. They started that with the word Darren, and they just replaced the Darrens.
Yeah,
And then
sure.
Radio, it's Danny.
Yeah.
Wait, now let me ask you, was this the woman he did the show with that he punched?
No.
Oh, too bad.
No.
Listeners know him as Danny on the Jennifer and Danny show on the airwaves. Chekalinsky faced a judge in West Palm Beach this morning. Police say his live-in girlfriend called police Saturday night and told officers Chekalinsky punched her on the right side of her face and jaw. According to the arrest report, the girlfriend told police he also threw her down on the floor, causing a bruise on her right arm and pain in her lower back. Chekalinsky was charged with domestic battery. The judge released him on his own recognizance and ordered him to stay away from his girlfriend.
See, we were saying this the other day because a lot of people look at us like we're creeps because of the type of radio we do. I'm telling you, it's the ones that are doing the safe radio or these CBS douchies that are going to be down the hall in another day or two. They look like a bunch of creeps.
Yeah.
They look like
senators against gay marriage tapping their foot in the bathroom.
There you
Exactly.
go. Or Spitzer going after the prostitution stuff, and he ends up getting caught with one. You're exactly right. What do you got there, Stunt Brain?
Jennifer and Danny page there. And you got a beautiful shot. That must be Jennifer.
Yeah, Jennifer's all right as far as radio broads go.
You know, she's standing next to a horse, and her teeth are bigger. There's a picture of her.
That picture I didn't see.
And today she came to work with a helmet.
Right. Do you want to hear what their show sounded like?
Oh, yes.
Okay, Danny intros the game. So this is the guy that's in all the trouble.
Hey, we get to play older than 10 right now. 10 questions.
I'm uncomfortable.
Your answers are either older or younger.
Why are you uncomfortable?
Because she's the whole. It's her job to be.
No, she's not uncomfortable. He's giving her that look.
Do
what I tell you.
Why is she
Put it back in, please.
Why?
Put it in your pants.
Because what you don't see is that he's got boxing gloves on.
That's uncomfortable.
Unfortunately, they don't do TV. Then everyone would understand why she's uncomfortable. Another punching joke. Great. Here we go.
Hey, we get to play older than 10 right now. 10 questions.
I'm uncomfortable.
Your answers are either older or younger. Are you going to play 10?
I don't know. Am I?
Sure, why not?
Well, doesn't she have an unfair
advantage? No, not really.
Oh, she doesn't?
Yeah, because we're going to mention events or inventions or particular people. So, everybody got a piece of paper?
Yeah.
Trying to make it fair. All right. So your answer again, older or younger?
What's the answer?
And she's the highest paid jock in West Palm Beach, Florida? For this crappy rock? Well, here's the question.
I want to hear more, Opie.
All right.
So everybody gave their answers. The first question was the polio vaccine. All right? Mm-hmm. Older or younger than Jen? Rapid fire. Jen.
Older.
Dina.
Older.
Bill.
Older.
The first was invented by Jonas Salk and first tested in 1952 and announced to the world by Salk on April the 12th, 1955. Older is correct.
Yay!
All right.
What does his living girlfriend do? Write their bits? So he had to give her a sock in the jaw? I don't know why I had to explain that when I sensed it.
Yeah.
I was like, well, once they understand it, the laughter will ensue.
Yeah.
There you go.
We now go to Hawaii, where Kelsey Grammer is on vacation.
Oh, good Lord.
All right, back to the game.
The Bay of Pigs invasion. Jen.
Bay of Pigs. Younger.
Right. Dina?
Said older?
Older. Bill?
Younger.
Younger. The 1961 Bay of Pigs invasion, by the way. Very unsuccessful. So younger is correct. So Dina took
Boo.
Exactly. Boo is correct.
Boo. Why are people allowed to do this type of radio stuff?
Just, who's enjoying it?
I don't know.
Da-da-da, da-da-da.
Exactly. Who's enjoying this?
Polio and the Bay of Pigs is what they cover.
Right.
And they don't make fun of either one. Polio, Jonas Salk.
Yeah,
That's
but
good.
then they give basic facts about it, like you're in school.
All the leg jokes you could make, and he goes right to explaining who Jonas Salk was.
Yeah.
You idiot.
All right. Well, it continues with this.
What about the Slinky? Older or younger than Jen?
I said older.
Older? What about you, Dina Lang?
It's older.
Bill Ryan?
Speaking of
Older.
slinkies, I took a pink stocking last night.
Right.
It walked down the stairs
Walked down the stairs, it was covered in hairs.
and made a slinkety sound.
Bill Ryan?
Older.
Richard James was a naval engineer trying to develop a meter designed to monitor horsepower on naval battleships. He was working with tension springs when one of the springs fell to the ground. He saw how the spring kept moving after it hit the ground, and an idea for the toy was born in 1943. Older is correct.
Wow. Whose job is it to go,
E-Rock, that's your new job.
Yeah.
You're the,
Gotta be the, can I get a woo?
You're the woo. Here, let's try it. Anytime Jimmy says something funny for the rest of the show, you have to do the ooh. Okay. Like almost like I know you didn't, but it's a ooh.
Dr. Phil, older or younger? Jen?
Older.
Dina?
Younger.
Older. And Bill goes with older. Dina, be prepared to be hit by Jen because Dr. Phil, born September 1st, 1950, older.
Oh.
Yay!
Why am I going to hit her?
She's wrong. Why are you going to hit her? Because that's what you do when they disobey.
She needs a sound thrashing.
I can't tell who the men are
and
who the women are.
Exactly. It's the same.
WDYK.
Well, here's the big finish, okay?
The world's most well-known and best-selling doll. All right? Mm-hmm. Produced and owned by Mattel. Let's see here. The highest-selling Barbie doll in Mattel's history, the Totally Hair Barbie, known as the Ultra Hair Barbie. That one was released in 1992. However, older or younger? We're talking about the actual introduction of Barbie.
Older.
Older. Dina.
Barbie is older.
Bill.
I said younger.
All right.
This will decide the winner.
Barbie was introduced at the American International Toy Fair on March the 9th of 1959. So, Bill Ryan, you win. How about that?
Bill.
Very
What an
good,
awful
Bill.
show.
What do you win? You get to leave that radio show?
Right. Here's your walking papers. Congratulations.
If you give such a poor woo again, I'll flick a water bottle cap at you.
Yeah, where's the passion?
Wasn't much energy in that one.
He held his chin and wooed quietly. I don't want a quiet wooing.
Come on,
It's like a
E-Rock.
coup.
Give us a good one.
Woo! Woo! How about that?
I love how E-Rock's pretending that he doesn't know this type of radio.
Exactly. Stop being too cool for
You
the
probably
area.
wooed on 3 different radio stations in West Palm Beach.
Oh, woo, boy, what do you got? Woo!
Nothing?
Woo!
You suck.
No, how do you not even woo right? Or answer questions.
E-Rock. Jimmy asked you a question.
E-Rock contracted polio in what year?
What are you typing? Are you kidding me?
What are you typing?
The listing for the rest of our rundown updates.
You're what? Listening for?
The listing for the rest of our rundown updates.
What do you do? You're on the air. You typing stuff for the web while you're on the air? What's the matter with you?
He's just in his own
I'm not
world.
laughing at that. I'm laughing at Jimmy's face. You got that Scott Weiland look as you
Because
yell
we're
at him.
confused by what he does sometimes.
And everybody laughed. What was your contribution?
He doesn't even know we're doing a comedy show.
Woo!
There you go.
There it is.
Incidentally, Eric likes to be called E-Rock instead of Eric, right? It's true. So we'll refer to you as E-Rock.
Eric likes to be called E-Rock.
Who's that?
Regis.
You didn't know that he was on the new Password show.
Listen to Regis.
Yeah, E-Rock was on Password with Regis.
Play the clip.
E-Rock, you got 30 seconds. Everything starts now.
E-Rock.
Well, E-Rock.
E-Rock had a little financial trouble lately, right?
How great is that?
They had a contestant on.
Oh, it's not him.
I'm wondering if it's a listener.
Had to be a listener.
Because how does Eric turn into E-Rock?
It doesn't. Only on this show.
How did we come up with E-Rock for you, Eric?
We tried to find something of the equal intelligence level.
There was somebody
had
that
higher hopes for that.
worked for us that kept saying it around the office over and over.
Could there be more?
Yeah, but what is it based on, though? How does Eric become E-Rock?
It was just something my cousin called me since I was a little kid.
Because they thought you were going to be a rock star or something?
I have no idea.
Well, how did someone in the office pick up on it? If your cousin called it.
I don't remember how it came up, but somebody took it and ran with it and just kept saying it over and over. Oh, you do?
Yeah. Because one of his stupid screen names on Instant Message, well, I won't give it away, but it had something to do with
E-Rock, but I won't give it away. Jesus.
Well, no, you can't figure it out just from that. But that's
all right.
That's probably that wasn't even his nickname growing up. It was probably E-Lump.
All right.
You're not wooing with conviction. I don't like.
No, not at all. All right. So we got a DUI story out there on Long Island.
Oh boy!
And this chick almost got out of it by coming up with probably a brand new excuse.
Pretty novel.
I thought every excuse has been used. She came up with a new one. Listen to this.
I kissed a drunk boy. That's the legal argument for a teen arrested for a DUI.
Want that clip?
Huh?
Just grab that clip.
Yeah.
The news guy just saying, I kissed a drunk boy.
I kissed a drunk boy.
All right, that's the end of that story. Let's move on.
Wow, scandal rocks the world of the news.
Right.
I kissed a drunk boy.
Very good.
I kissed a drunk boy.
Did you?
That's the legal argument for a teen arrested for a DUI.
He doesn't know how to do broadcasting.
No.
When you have to say awful stuff on the radio that might compromise your position.
Yep.
No dead air.
No, right into the next line after drunk boy.
Right, and notice how none of us are going to repeat the line that the anchor just did.
Well, he did.
But if you say that, you right away go, that's the excuse you used.
I'll tell you why he did that. He said, I kissed a drunk boy because he wanted to pause.
You're so dodgy.
He wanted to pause. He wanted that dramatic pause.
Well.
People would go, what's he talking about?
Thank you, Jimmy.
He's intriguing.
What?
He would have said anything like, I prefer men. And then pause. That's what he does.
Right.
He's annoying.
He's pause guy.
Do you have, I don't know, maybe another example of something with a pause in it?
No.
Okay. Just wondering.
I kissed a drunk boy. That's the legal argument for a teen arrested for a DUI. Believe it or not, that's what she said. Police say this 17-year-old girl's blood alcohol level was 1.5. That's more than twice, or almost twice the legal limit.
More than
twice. But she
twice,
argues
almost.
that she wasn't the one drinking. The guy she was kissing was the one who was drinking. That's according to the newspaper reports. The cops say they found 4 bottles of beer under the passenger seat of her car.
4 bottles of
While
beer.
mouth alcohol can affect a breathalyzer results, it should not last longer than a few seconds, and there's no way that you can get your blood alcohol level up to twice the legal limit on that. So let's face it, this really isn't going anywhere at all. Jason Drew.
It's a ridiculous defense. That's the bottom line.
You think? Do you think it's ridiculous?
She drank from his tap.
Then why are they reporting it?
Yeah.
It's just a bad excuse by a drunk.
Yeah.
That's it. I like.
He forgot to set his alarm. That's why he was late.
Back to you.
Yeah. He thought it was near beer.
Stupid near beer. Why bother?
It's idiotic.
For the most part, beer just has an awful taste, so why would you drink it?
Could I have an O'Doul's?
Right.
What?
Oh.
A beer.
I went down that route for a while.
Did you?
I was still going out to bars a lot, but I didn't want to really get hammered, so I would try some of these non-alcoholic beers, and I'm like, why am I bothering?
When I used to hang out at the bar. These just raging drunks would occasionally go on the wagon.
Yeah.
And they'd come in, but they'd still want to hang out at the bar.
Yeah,
so they'd come in and be like, I'll have an O'Doul's, and you're sitting there just getting hammered.
The worst thing is being in a room full of drunk people. That's the worst thing. You're drinking a crappy non-alcoholic beer,
or coffee.
Everyone else is hammered, and you're not.
I said or coffee because that's what I was drinking backstage at the Boston show.
Oh, was that it? Little Java, were you?
Well, everyone else was drinking.
Yeah. Little vino.
Yeah.
Mm.
And so what happened? So they're just sitting there drinking.
Yeah, they sit there and drink and have to watch everybody else progressively become more and more obnoxious and drunk.
Mm-hmm.
I can't see how that's any fun. Drinking your O'Douls. Give me another. And you just sit there at a bar and drink beer like you could drink for hours. Watch a ball game or something. It's a weekend. Whatever's going on. You just sit there and drink like 12 O'Douls. All right, I'll take another. I'll just drink water.
And isn't there just a tiny bit of alcohol in those beers, right?
Yes.
Why is that?
That's a problem.
Don't know, but that O'Douls, all of them have a tiny bit.
But if you're in the program, then do they encourage you to drink non-alcoholic beers?
I would surmise that anybody who's in a 12-step program who is drinking non-alcoholic beer is still actively drinking.
Really?
Yes, regardless of however they delude themselves, whatever idiot they find to help delude them, they are not sober, I don't think.
Interesting,
I've never
Jimmy.
known anybody who remains sober doing that, half measuring it. Drink or don't. Make a decision. If you're going to drink, just do it. It's called tough love to no one.
No, it's kind of interesting though. I did not know that. I would assume that if you're in the program, it's fine to have a non-alcoholic beer.
People can, hey, look, they can do what they want. Some people get clean and sober through therapy, whatever. Hey, whatever works for them. But I can't picture that lasting for long. Honest to God, it's like picking up, hookers and then just kind of cuddling with them.
Right, and going out for coffee. Over and over again.
Okay, but
no, I mean with the hooker, and eventually, what the hell?
Yeah,
she's a hooker.
Her coffee breath will get in your face. Hey, wash it with this.
They got a study out on weed.
The weed.
Of course, weed is now bad for you again.
Smoking marijuana may actually shrink your brain. Researchers say that heavy marijuana users who smoked at least 5 joints a day over 20 years found it two important.
5 joints a day?
For 20 years?
For 20
Who's doing
years.
that?
This is one of these non-stories. You eat lettuce long enough, it'll freaking give you
Shrink
cancer.
your brain.
Or give you cancer.
What the hell?
Too much of anything will give you cancer. I thought this was a story like a casual joint every once in a while will shrink your brain. 5 joints a day for 20 years. That's just dehydrating your brain. It's actually not shrinking. It's just taking all the moisture out of it.
Smoking marijuana may actually shrink your brain. Researchers say that heavy marijuana users who smoked at least 5 joints a day over 20 years found that 2 important parts of their brains were significantly smaller than non-marijuana users. Now, the areas of the brain that were affected normally regulate a person's memory and emotions.
Really?
So you get stoned and you forget things. Wow.
I did a little math.
Yeah.
They had to set it up like that because it was more interesting than to come out and go, researchers say that if you smoke 36,500 joints, your brain won't be as effective because everyone went, who cares?
36,000 joints.
Why are the phones so lit? They weren't lit a second ago.
Something's up with the phones. Simple as that, because they go dead, and then all of a sudden everybody wants to talk at the same time now. I mean, stop.
My talking points are always just thought-provoking.
Right. Well, we got Ed in Jersey. Ed, what's up?
I was in 2 different rehabs, and I had 9 months in between for alcohol. And during that period, I was drinking O'Douls.
Yeah.
And the counselor said that was a relapse the day I picked up an O'Douls because it's the process, and it does have 0.05%, which is 16 O'Douls equals 1 beer. They said that's an actual relapse.
Yeah, the process. I mean, to me, it's it's intent too. It's if you're drinking a near beer, there's alcohol in it. It's drinking. I mean, again, it's fine, but it is what it is.
I definitely learned something today. I would just assume it wasn't, but...
I wasn't in AA at the time, but now, obviously, I wouldn't even touch it because I've been sober for several months.
Yeah, I'm not even saying AA or any pro... I'm just saying in general, any 12-step program would probably feel the same.
22 years without a drink or drug in my body. Up.
Jason in Carolina.
Bullet.
Jason.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Guys. I got you something to think about.
Yeah.
How fat would you be if you smoked 5 joints a day for 20 years?
Yeah, you would get the munchies pretty bad.
Yeah, it would be bad news.
Do you have an answer
And
to
not
that, by the
wanting
way?
to move.
Punching out.
Thank you,
He
sir.
really set us-
Happy
Thank you, buddy. He really set us up like he had a home run.
I know.
Guys, food for thought for the next couple of years. How fat would you be?
Hold on to your hats.
Pretty fat. Thanks.
Pat in Belmore. Pat.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, Pat.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
I've been off the booze for a little over a year now. Actually, I went and saw the Jay Moore show the other day, and that was a year. I still go to the pubs. You know, I was a bartender for many years, so a lot of my friends are in the business. And I can't imagine ever picking up an old duels. I know guys who have done it. My mom's been in the program for a long time. They start drinking an old duels, and then 3 months later, they are back to the hard stuff. They're back doing blow. They're back doing junk. They're back doing whatever they were doing.
Horse smack.
Benny's Dexies.
Uppers, downers.
Goofballs.
Well, we got a lot of people agreeing with Jimmy, but we got Nathan in California. Nathan, what do you got on this subject there?
Yeah, I've been sober for almost 8 years. It'll be 8 years on, hello?
Yes, we're listening.
Hey.
The silence is us listening, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Most people have to babble and not listen. We actually listen on this show.
No, he was just calling his bartender.
Oh. What's up, Nathan?
No, man, I'll have 8 years sober June 22nd. I picked up an O'Doul's probably after I had about 2 years sober, and I've never had a relapse or anything. I drink a couple of O'Doul's a week with a barbecue or whatever. Don't seem to have any problems. Never have any, problems with the longing or wanting for real beer at all. And I have friends that drink. I drink my O'Doul's when they drink their real beer.
You can do it, whatever works for you, man. But just don't lie to yourself. If you're drinking something with 0.5% alcohol, you're drinking. I mean, I'm not saying that you can't do it or you shouldn't do it. That's your business. But it is what it is.
You don't take NyQuil, Jimmy?
No. I've taken cough medicine with alcohol, which was a terrible mistake because I can't take that stuff in my system, man. No. But the intent wasn't to stand at a barbecue. I'll never take that stuff again.
Yeah, that's true.
There's a difference, you know. Like I've actually had gin I've swallowed gin a couple times in sobriety because I asked for a club and or whatever and tonic and gotten the wrong thing. And it happened in Vegas. It happened like twice. And I spit it out once and I swallowed it once. It's not my intent was to drink.
Sexy.
I got rid of the drink. Yeah, right out the car window. It's all intent. But I didn't drink the rest of the drink.
Yeah.
I didn't swallow it once I knew what it was. If I recognized it, I spit it out. Got my Florentine.
It's good Florentine.
But we have something else we want to throw at everybody because we love these stories as well.
Yep.
So we're not... we talk about the perv switch. You want to explain the perv switch, Anthony?
Oh, the perv switch. Usually dentists succumb to the perv switch a lot.
But we all have it.
Yeah, everyone's got the perv switch.
But we understand that it's there and we control ourselves.
You're walking down the street and you just see a woman, if you're a guy, obviously. Well, I won't talk about the other way. I don't care. I don't care. I don't think girls think the same way anyway. Like, oh, he looks like he'd be a nice provider.
Yeah.
Shut up. So you see just the hottest girl walking down the street, and you can't help but turn around and look. I don't care who you're with or anything. You got to look and just kind of go, oh, my God.
And you lose it
wow.
for a little bit.
Holy Jesus, that is stunning.
Yeah.
And then you go about your business.
Right. But you definitely have that feeling like, I'll ruin everything for this one.
Yeah, you just get like maybe a fantasy or two will run through your head really quickly.
Yeah.
Things like that.
And then it just goes away, thank God.
Yeah, it goes away because you have a breaker.
Yeah.
It's like a breaker, but the breaker's in your house.
Yeah.
If they get overloaded, what happens? You trip a breaker, all the lights go off. Mm. You're all confused and disoriented.
But then there's guys, they have a penny in that breaker, preventing the breaker switch from doing its job.
Just going to start a fire.
It's jammed.
That's going to do. It's going to burn your whole house down.
Oh, boy, and
it's going to destroy everything you know and love.
Boy, and it does. Huh,
so the perv switch is this thing that you don't really want it to ever go off.
Yeah.
But let's say you're a dentist and girl's in the chair and she's very attractive and now she's under anesthetic and you like her blouse is flimsily buttoned. And a lot of times these guys just can't take it in the middle of their dentistry.
The buttons are struggling to do their job.
Yeah, just trying to hold everything back.
That button wants to pop across the room.
And he's going about his dentistry work, and then he looks down, and the perv switch just snaps.
And he goes from family man, dentist, all those years of schooling, everything, to finding himself both hands firmly planted where they shouldn't be and giving a vigorous massage.
Locking the door. People are knocking on the outside of the door, wondering what the hell's going on.
Now he's a felon in 2 seconds.
Right.
A flip of this perv switch, he couldn't take it, is what happened. He got to the point where it was like, oh my God, this is so hot. But he went from fantasy to I need to touch those.
Yeah.
Click. And then he does it and ends up throwing his whole career, his life, his wife, his kids, everything gone.
And he always ruins it because he can't put the girl back together the right way.
No, you can never put Humpty back together again. It's something will always be a little askew.
Yeah.
If someone took your pants off and put them back on, your pockets would be a little weird.
Right.
You know, you got to put your hands in your pockets to straighten them out.
The zipper is a little too far off to the right,
it's a little twisted to the side, and you're like, why is the crotch of my pants over on my thigh a little too much? My cuff is twisted. Like, it's just, when you put your own clothes on, you know you put your clothes on. But
the boob isn't evenly distributed.
No, the
bra
anymore. Girls do tricks with that bra where they pull the boob up and then tuck it back in, kind of. It's like that move, and you don't know how to do that. And then if they really have the perv switch done and had cleaning up to do, now you're just in trouble.
With the dental assistant knocking at the door with the x-rays.
Doctor?
I got the x-rays.
Doctor, I have the x-rays. Is everything okay? Yeah. 1 minute, nurse. Holy jeez, I'm in so much trouble. Why did I do that?
It's another one of my favorite scenarios.
With evidence going down the rinse sink.
The anesthesia is wearing off. You're trying to clean up. She's knocking on the door with the x-rays.
She's coming to. You punch her in the face until the bruising was from a root canal that you did impromptu.
Yeah, she's like, and the head, the blouse is still half open.
Yeah, you got to just clock her. There'll be some slight bruising on your cheek from where I, did the cleaning.
Your cell phone's ringing because your little fella did well at school and your wife wants to tell you about it.
That's
just everything
great.
is happening at one.
That's great, honey. Doctor, doctor. The goddamn perv switch went off.
Well, we got one of those stories is what we're getting at.
Yeah.
These are our favorite stories.
This guy probably, time and time again, just did this every day, no problem. He did his job.
Yeah.
And then this girl walked in, and he just lost his mind.
And you're going to hear a lot of laughter because we can't help ourselves. We love these stories.
Of course we do.
We're bad people. Your favorite morning show is filled with bad people.
Horrible, despicable humans.
Here's the latest perv switch story.
A local jeweler is behind bars accused of sexually assaulting a young customer.
Now, a jeweler. We understand the dentist thing.
How do you do that?
We understand the doctor's visit thing.
She's fully conscious. I mean,
the jeweler.
Nothing. Just going off with nothing.
We understand the young gynecologist that gets the 17-year-old every once in a while in there for a first exam. We
They don't know what where the work ends and the pleasure begins with a gyno visit. What girl is going to know, all right, no, I have to do this. This is a new test we're doing. It's connected this way. It has to be done.
Those guys must be great poker players, man.
Oh, yeah.
Because like you said, you don't know where the work ends and the pleasure begins.
Who knows?
You don't know what hand the doctor has.
Hi, it's my first visit.
Does he have pocket aces? Does he have an awful lot,
I'm a little scared.
Right.
Oh, lay down here.
Nothing
I'm
to
a
be scared about.
gynecologist. So you've never been to the gyno before. You have no idea what this entails. No. All right. Let's get to work. Shall we? This is done completely nude on both of our parts.
Don't you put gloves on?
Reason.
No, not needed.
Gloves, schmuvs.
It's Christmas every day in my office.
You can tell. How does the voice change when he really gets into the examination?
What?
Like when he's...
Oh, yes, I have to do a certain test on you. That is a new type of procedure, and it's one of my own. So please try to keep it very secret. This test goes on for a while, so don't worry. All right, roll over.
That's funny.
You're young enough for the rollover.
Yes, of course. We have to check everything. Make sure you're okay.
Sure do.
I had one girl tell me, I used to work with her at Pergament.
Ugh.
I know it's awful.
Sorry, Jimmy.
That's okay.
We've all had awful jobs.
Yeah.
Pergament. Ugh.
She was telling me that her gyno would actually be inappropriate at times. She said she knew he was a little inappropriate when he complimented her panties.
Oh, yeah, that is a little inappropriate.
Nice. These panties are nice.
That shouldn't be done.
That's a guy that wants to go from inappropriate to dating.
Well, this went on.
Just be inappropriate with the poker face.
Yeah.
You'll have a nice career.
This is what I do.
She said that he would, let's just say, probably during the course of an examination, would cause her to have feelings that she wasn't supposed to be having during an examination. Because let's be honest, the gyno's an expert.
Oh, yeah, he's
manipulating everything.
The master of that area. Wow.
Yeah.
And he would...
Yeah, she said talking softly to her. Yeah, this is many years ago she told me that.
That's really hot.
I made her tell me while I angrily caused a problem all over my steering wheel.
All right, let's get the perv switch story. So, it's a jeweler. This isn't...
Yeah, how are you faking this one?
Usually the pinnacle of the community is the jeweler.
Yes!
But it's very obvious in every one of these stories where the perv switch that gets turned on. Beep. Listen for it.
A local jeweler is behind bars accused of sexually assaulting a young customer. Investigators say there could be more victims.
This is 56-year-old Faridun Ghavami. He's now in jail.
This
Faridun Ghavami.
Wow.
His name?
This.
Faridun Ghavami. He's now in jail, arrested for allegedly sexually assaulting a customer at his jewelry store in Laguna Hills. Investigators say it happened Friday when an 18-year-old customer wanted to buy a necklace for her mother.
As she was trying the necklaces on, he reached down, inappropriately touched her on the breast. He then stuck his hand in her pants and inappropriately touched her.
Wow.
This guy just lost everything.
That is losing his mind.
The perv switch goes off and it's over, Johnny.
He's showing her a necklace. He probably went to put it on her.
She must have had
those. Oh,
those.
could you put it on me? So she turns around, and he's just looking at her hips and ass and putting the necklace on, so he's brushing against her shoulders maybe a little bit.
No. To put the necklace on properly, she probably had to lean over the counter a little bit.
Oh, you're thinking
showing the heaviness of her her youthfulness.
So she leans over the counter.
And if you're going to, try on a necklace, you got to have a little, you got to have some area to show off the necklace. So you got the cleavage working.
Nice fat C's.
Oh, man.
He's probably putting the necklace around her and he's smelling her hair and everything.
Yeah, he's real close. Oh, I can't seem to get the clasp. Oh, I gotta touch those! Right. Just grabs on it. What are you doing? Slides his hand down.
In one split second, he wrecks everything.
He goes from I'm just gonna be here today. Right. Looking at the clock, going, what customers are gonna be in today? I'll straighten up some of the jewelry. Maybe I'll dust off the case. Oh, this is an attractive young girl walking in. Wow, that's some set of breasts on her. That's. Well, could you help me with the clasp? No, I gotta feel those.
And it probably went nasty real quick. As he's got his tongue between his teeth as he's putting his hand down her pants, and she's like, "Stop it!" He's just going, "Shut up, shut up, shut up,
shut up." I gotta. Because everybody, I think, has had that. You ever have the, especially, obviously in the summer, when girls are wearing little shorts and their bellies are showing, and you look, and a lot of times the shorts are pulled down pretty low, and you go, I could just take my hand right now, and just shove it right down the front of those shorts.
Yep.
Just do it. And you almost know how that would feel because you're looking, so you got the sight sensation. You have the familiarity in your head knowing what that feels like just from experience. And you're just like, I could do that. I'll be arrested.
But that's the point we're making.
But your perv switch stays on the off position.
Yeah, the fantasy's in your head.
Yes.
And that's where it stops. Not with this guy.
Yeah. This guy lost it.
But I don't like pearls.
You better.
Get a necklace.
Here comes the necklace.
I was speaking in code.
I like to let the listeners figure out the rest of the joke.
Oh, no.
Here's more of the story with the purse switch going off.
We touched her.
Investigators say it was all caught on videotape. We could see where
And
surveillance...
on video. And there's surveillance video.
This girl must be really hot.
She's just
Is there a
crazy
picture
hot.
of her?
I haven't seen it.
That's like, she's like one of the sirens that sing your ships into the
Right.
rocks.
Gotta be-
She's just irresistible.
Yeah.
All caught on videotape. We could see where a surveillance camera was apparently removed. The Royal Fine Jewelry store was closed today, but we also found some information about the store on this website. The suspect calls himself Fred the Friendly Jeweler. Those who know him aren't sure what to call him now.
Well, we can come up with a few names if you like.
It's hilarious. Fred the Friendly.
Fred the Friendly, a little too friendly jeweler.
Yes.
Oh, that's good.
Smell my fingers, Freddie.
Yeah. He was just kind of trying to size himself for a ring, trying to see what. Let me see. You're 18, right? I guess I'm about a.
Ooh, a pinky ring.
Pinky.
For the 10 years they've been trying to size themselves for a watch.
There's the second part to the story.
He's friendly.
Orange County Sheriff's investigators say this might not be the first incident, so they're asking anyone with more information or who believes they're a victim to call them.
Sometimes when things happen like this, young females are afraid or embarrassed to come forward.
And the owner of this store now faces some very serious charges of sexual assault and sexual battery. If convicted, he faces up to 8 years in prison.
8 years. You had a business.
8 years, you do
just
4. Is it worth
Just
it?
threw it all away.
I'm really considering that. Is that worth it? 4 years? Let me see.
Nah, yeah, not really.
No. For a sex crime? Well, that could be rough.
She's 18, though. It's not like she's a kid, but I mean, it's still creepy.
It's awful, but...
What?
You're blaming the victim, Jim.
Yes, order the jewelry in the mail like every other good girl. Dirty girl.
He's just Fred the Friendly Jeweler.
Of course, yeah, she knew what she was getting into when she went in.
Ted the Friendly Jeweler.
That's right. Here you are. Here's your necklace, madam. Ted just throws the box at her. Put this on. I don't want to go to your bosoms. I may scrape them with my knuckles.
Wow, the guy went all in, too, man.
Yeah, he just screwed everything up. He screwed everything up.
All right.
Yeah, Jesus. What? Feel good story.
That's what she is.
Before you answer, though, think about it.
Take it easy.
Feel good story.
Take it easy.
Or we learn about the comfort wipe. Think about it, though.
If you ask me, they're both feel good stories.
True,
I heard about the comfort wipe.
True.
I'd love to. I have not heard about this.
I want comfort wipe.
Oh, that was a trick question. You failed.
Oh no.
You failed.
What's feel good? Feel good like
no one would pick a feel good story. Obviously, that's why you needed to pick the feel good story.
What happened?
Right. It's like 3-card Monty with you with these fucking things. I can never pick the right one.
My impression. Hate when people don't
See,
like
if
my
I say feel good story, there's nothing feel good about it.
Oh, right.
Oh, you went the other way.
I forgot about the sarcastic Opie CD choice.
Right. This is a great story, actually.
Well, on paper, he has 20, possibly, as he just said, 21 children. With a minimum wage job, he can't afford to support all of his children. So what is the state to do?
Desmond Hatchett has been to child support court a time or two.
And I had 4 kids in the same year. This guy had 4 kids in the same year.
Did you say year or
year? Year.
Sounds like sometimes, like, really, is he from the South?
I think he's a white Southern guy, right?
Is he? 'Cause sometimes
is he white?
No.
For
Are you
real?
kidding, right, Ope?
No, I know that why I should have picked black, but he sounded white.
No, he sounded black to me.
Did he sound
black? Yeah,
black?
because he sounded like he was having a stroke in like a word.
Motherfucker.
Listen, you're...
Let me hear this again.
Brr. They had this thing where they say words with an ear sound, and they just kind of like cut out the middle.
I'm the only one that thinks this guy sounds white.
Yes. The only guy in America.
So what is the state to do?
Desmond Hatchett has been to child support court a time or two.
And I had 4 kids in the same year twice.
Today, his name appeared on the docket 11 times.
Maybe it's just what he's saying.
Representing about 15 of his 21 children. Can you keep up with it all?
Yeah.
You know all their names and ages and birthdays?
Yeah.
Hatchett is just 29 years old and is a pretty controversial name at the old courthouse.
The children can't be supported all by Desmond, so the state of Tennessee
has had to step in.
It's your tax dollars at work.
So, first of all, Danny, they want you to check out JG from Jersey, Miley bikini pics on Tyler Durden. Let's go there if you can. I know we have seen those, but Jimmy hasn't. And with this guy, 29 years old, he has 20 kids, possibly 21, from 11 different mothers.
How big is his cock? No one can resist this guy. What a cocksman.
No. 11 different mothers.
Stunning.
20 to 21 kids. He's 29 years old.
Jesus. Slightly irresponsible.
This mom has 2 children with Hatchet. She's supposed to get $67.50 a month.
It'll make it through half the month. He's a heavy milk drinker, and milk is not cheap.
But many times, she gets a lot less than what she's owed. They all do.
It's frustrating, but usually when I ask, he gives it to me.
It's due process. The state is only allowed to take 50% of Hatchet's paycheck. 50% split multiple times.
You look at when they filed, how many children they have. He has several mothers that he has 2 children with, and it's
not a mark on that.
It's tough.
Still, Hatchet says the women knew what they were getting into. They were all aware of his large family. One mom told me she doesn't like it, but she deals with it.
It's about the kids, not the parents.
Hatchet agrees he should do what's best for the kids.
Now, do you intend to keep having children?
No.
You're done?
I'm done. I said I'm done.
What made you decide that?
I didn't intend to have this many. It just happened.
Desmond Hatchet spent part of the afternoon jailed while a child support referee decided how to split up the $400 he brought with him to court. If he doesn't pay what he owes, he will go back to jail. The mothers of Hatchet's children are supposed to get anywhere from $25 a month to $300 a month. But when his paycheck is garnished amongst them all, some women only get $1.98.
$1.98 a month.
I love Desmond Hatchet.
Desmond Hatchet.
What? We ever see a picture of Desmond Hatchet? What potent loads he must have. Jesus Christ.
Some mothers get $1.98 a month. Oh, is that wonderful?
Desmond Hatchet rules.
He really does.
Desmond Hatchet. What a skinflint.
Yeah, I know. He doesn't make a lot of money. Guy's just doing nothing but dumping cum in a womb. What does he do? Does he open the stomach and actually fuck the egg itself? How does he pull that off?
He came to court with $400.
There's Desmond Hatchet, huh?
All right, Desmond's got it going on.
That's a surprise.
Not a bad-looking guy. He'd have to be, though, to get that many fucking loads pumped out.
Holy shit, is that funny?
God damn.
$1.98. I want to get Desmond Hatchet out of jail. I want to pay whatever it is, a couple grand for the month for his family, just so he can knock up a few more people. I'll say, I want you to dump 4 or 5 more loads, and then go back.
Yeah, he's very fertile.
Looks like Method Man.
A little bit.
A little bit.
Then you got a guy, another shit story.
Here's a guy.
Mystery man is shitting in Texas residents' yards at night.
Shitting.
Yeah.
People love to shit. That is a very personal, psychopathic thing to do to get back at someone. If that's shitting, pissing, cum, like all of the shit that people just fling from their bodies.
Guy out of Houston going to the bathroom in several yards at night. We've had reports from 6 to 8 neighbors out there that someone is actually coming into their yard and defecating. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. This should have been set up properly, Travis. I apologize. I really apologize. This should be set up properly.
Oh.
It's a strange or.
It sure is. Hang on.
Okay, all right.
Oh,
Can't just read this story. What's wrong with us?
Interesting. That shit story is making me want to have some turkey chili.
Yeah.
Some are honest, some are strange. Stories that are very strange. Weird news.
Shit. Serial defecator reports 6 to 8 neighbors have shit in their yard.
Yard?
Actually, not in their yard. Well, some in their yard. Generally on their driveways.
Oh, in the driveway.
Just dropping a load on someone's driveway.
How do they know it's... person shit.
Dropping hammers on someone's driveway. That's a very good question. Maybe I should have read the whole article.
Yeah.
Well, I will. Okay. Authorities believe the unknown man is committing the act between 1 and 4 a.m., but a motive for crimes has not yet been established. I think the neighbors are laughing about it, but that's because it's only happened to 2 houses in the neighborhood. I swear, if someone shit in my driveway, I would have laughed.
It's pretty funny.
I would have laughed. If it starts happening more, I think people might become enraged.
They shit for my neighbors, and I did nothing. And when they came to shit on my driveway, no one was left to help me. Something like that.
You're absolutely right. Says Amy, who lives in the Heights. How much poop can one man make, though?
One a day.
Yeah, what's wrong with you, Amy?
What's she thinking?
One? How about 3 a day?
She's probably fucking emaciated, Karen Carpenter, little shits every week.
I could easily get 3 driveways done a day. No problem.
Jesus.
No problem.
Paved.
Yeah,
like you could pave the driveway.
This guy's doing it within 3 hours.
Oh, wow.
3 hours. Oh, yeah, that is pretty impressive. So he's doing 1 a night, I guess,
He's
right?
taking some dumps.
Or although, not the easiest thing to do, but you could hold in a shit after you start.
Oh,
not the easiest thing.
Cut it off?
Got to cut it off.
It's going to make a mess.
And then drop some...
that asshole isn't quite a guillotine.
And drop some more of your hammers on another driveway. Your hammers.
How does no security camera caught on that? Aren't there security cameras everywhere?
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, read on.
She says one person's house has even been hit as many as 6 times. Wait, if he's only done it... How many times has he done it?
3.
One driveway's been hit 6 times. I thought there was a number before that. All right. Sergeant Mosier agrees that revenge could be the motive, as he recalls a similar event many years ago in the Houston area. Though it has been amusing for some in the neighborhood, law enforcement officials are taking the case very seriously and have beefed up patrols in the area to catch the man. Still pictures from surveillance video footage shows the suspect to be an older, balding Hispanic man with a mustache who wears shorts.
See?
Some are honest, some are great stories. Weird news.
Well, why do you park your butt in the driveway but drive your butt in the parkway? Hey, there we go.
There you go.
That's my
There
big
you
joke about shitting in the driveway. Weird news.
Yeah, maybe this guy just likes a big bathroom.
Hey, I was going to say that, but I chose not to. Shut up.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Our next guest is the xylophone player for a local Boston band that I used to know back in '92.
Scorch.